was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
An unsuspecting driver at a Milwaukee barbershop.
I got an apprentice here shadowing me. I'm gonna put this hot towel on, man. About a good 3 minutes, all right?
The apprentice is Donald Driver.
So when you come here, you drive?
Yes.
Your car got seatbelts?
Yeah.
You wear them?
No.
Okay, but why not?
I don't want to.
But do you know you can get a ticket for that? I'm gonna give you a ticket. Bet you wish you buckle up now.
Oh my God.
Donald Driver can't always be there to remind you.
Take it, click it. There we go. Click it or ticket.
And let's reduce fatalities on Wisconsin roadways. Sponsored by Wisconsin DOT.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. For pilots and aviation lovers, there's nothing like making a trip to EAA AirVenture Oshkosh. July 20th through the 26th. Get up close to thousands of aircraft. Learn about the newest innovation. Get hands-on with experts and witness breathtaking daily air shows, some even at night. There's no better way to immerse yourself into the world of aviation than by checking out the world's greatest aviation celebration. Fuel your passion for flight. EAA.org is the website. July 20th through the 26th, EAA.org.
The news you need to know every weekday on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Milwaukee Public Schools cutting administrative staff and adding teachers as the Board of School Directors approves a $1.6 billion budget.
That's 8 ayes, 1 no. The motion passes.
The union wanted a more than 2.5% cost of living raise for teachers.
Okay, from where? You're at $2,000 just for schools. The money you have is the money you have. What would you have her do at this point?
Only here on WTMJ.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests. That's WTMJ.com/contests.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Let me tell you the story of Jack the Giant Slayer.
1-2 pitch, and he lines one into right. Coming in is Churio, diving. Did he make the catch? He sure did! Jackson Churio!
The Brewers clash with the Giants tonight at American Family Field. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts at 6:05. This series is sponsored by the Hot House Tavern, Left's Lucky Town, and Revere's Wells Street Tavern. We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
6 o'clock, Vince Vitrano here on Wisconsin's Morning News for Wednesday, June 3rd. We want to get right to Debbie Lazaga for a situation going on the freeway, Deb.
Yep, northbound on 41, right about at Appleton Avenue. Now, if you know where this is where everything has already shifted over onto the western lanes. In other words, the southbound lanes. So, basically, northbound 41 is closed because of a crash. There are at least 4 or 5 tow trucks, one with a crane, so I'm thinking there might be a load shift that might have happened, as well as this accident. So basically, you cannot get on at Appleton or at Silver Spring, and you also cannot go northbound on 41. So your best bet would be to avoid, obviously, those areas, and maybe 124th, Lilly might be a good option for you. So at this point, the delays are kicking in at Capitol Drive, and they are pretty solid all the way up to Appleton. So be careful with that. The rest of the system is actually looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm Team forecast, another good one. 81 degrees, your inland high, just a bit cooler lakeside under sunny skies. Clear and comfortable tonight, low down to 57. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a federal judge will hear arguments today in the case of a former Milwaukee County judge, Hannah Dugan.
Today's hearing replaces what was originally scheduled as Dugan's sentencing date. Back in April, Judge Lynn Edelman rejected Dugan's request for a new trial or acquittal, but her attorneys continue to challenge aspects of the case. A jury convicted Dugan last year of felony obstruction after prosecutors say she helped an undocumented immigrant avoid a federal immigration arrest inside the Milwaukee County Courthouse. Dugan resigned from the bench earlier this year. She faces a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison. Outside the federal courthouse in downtown Milwaukee, Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Today's hearing set for 10 a.m.
To Green Bay, 1 week after he turned himself into the Brown County Sheriff's Office for his role in a domestic dispute, Packers running back Josh Jacobs was back with the team for organized team activities.
And unlike a week ago, players such as Jordan Love were made available to the media following the workout.
I was shocked when I saw it. It's one of those things we're gonna let it play out.
Jacobs has not been formally charged, but the Brown County District Attorney's Office is continuing its investigation.
We've talked internally. Everyone knows what the situation is there. The details are, everybody's keeping that under wraps right now. But, it's great to have Josh here with us. Kind of everybody's just waiting and letting it play out on its own.
Jacobs was released from custody on Wednesday of last week. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee election officials have outside legal help as the FBI continues asking questions about Wisconsin's 2020 election. Milwaukee Common Council approved hiring outside counsel after federal agents contacted elections officials and Milwaukee police officers. The FBI has not publicly commented on the investigation. City leaders say they plan to cooperate with any requests from federal authorities, but they continue to stand by the results of that election.
Intense attacks ramping up overseas, including the airport in Kuwait as the war with Iran continues. Secretary of State Marco Rubio facing lawmakers on Tuesday on Capitol Hill about the war and its timeline. Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth challenging Rubio.
In just 14 weeks, President Trump will have blown through as much, if not more, money in Iran than he thinks Congress should spend on U.S. diplomacy for the entirety of the next fiscal year.
The State Department requesting $35 billion for next year's budget. According to Moody's Analytics, the Iran conflict has cost American taxpayers more than $100 billion in 3 months.
Reaction to President Trump's new choice for Director of National Intelligence following Tulsi Gabbard's exit.
President Trump now tapping Bill Pulte to be acting Director of National Intelligence. Pulte currently leads the Federal Housing Finance Agency and has no known background in national security or defense, but now he's set to oversee 18 intelligence agencies. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle questioning the pick.
That's ABC's Karen Hua reporting the job of Director of National Security was created after 9/11.
A high-stakes primary election season, and in California, the race for Los Angeles mayor, former reality TV star Spencer Pratt and incumbent Karen Bass have been leading the vote count so far overnight. Primary elections were also held on Tuesday in Iowa, Montana, New Mexico, New Jersey, and South Dakota.
Coming up, did you notice something different on the Brewers' feet? Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:05.
There's an amazing supper club in Wisconsin Dells, Ish Nala, nestled among the pines and perched above the sandstone bluffs of Mirror Lake. The beauty, the history, the service, the food, the fun. Hi, this is Bob Prosser, owner of Ish Nala Supper Club in Wisconsin Dells. I've been a part of Ish Nala since 1973, and I am so proud to continue the tradition that began in 1953. Why not enjoy a brandy old-fashioned in one of our bars, each with a spectacular view overlooking Mirror Lake, or just relax before or after dinner on one of our outdoor decks. Our Ish Nala chefs have prepared your favorites: 24-ounce ribeye, cold water lobster tails, North Atlantic salmon, and of course, Ish Nala's roast duck. Thank you for making Ish Nala Wisconsin's favorite supper club, where the only thing we overlook is Mirror Lake. I'm Bob Prosser, and I want to serve you.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, and they offer early memory loss classes to help you. They specialize in this area. It's kindness at the core, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. It's compassion, it's empathy. It's Wisconsin-based and family-owned, always welcoming people to come tour and welcome their new residents. I've seen their places. They're top-notch. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Looking to see the world in style? Insight Vacation Journeys are now open for booking through Fox World Travel. Insight redefines travel with business-class style motor coaches featuring extra legroom and smaller group sizes for ultimate comfort. comfort. From farm-to-table dining to expert-led tours, you'll truly connect with local cultures. Plus, ask about our upcoming Fox Group vacations for even more exclusive ways to travel. We handle every detail so you can simply relax. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO.
Milwaukee Weight Loss knows the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no drugs or surgery, and they will show you how to keep it off for good. Get your confidence and your health back. Right now, $200 off on their summer special for a limited time only. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to book your free consultation. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News, time 6:07.
What was more impressive, the pitching or the hitting? Sports at 6:15.
4145 northbound near Appleton Avenue, and the construction there is shut down. We'll get an update from Debbie in less than 3 minutes.
More dogs leaving that controversial breeding and research facility in Dane County.
Ridgeland Farms is releasing 135 beagles this week. The 2 rescue groups involved in the first deal also bought this batch.
We've made it very, very clear that we want all the dogs, and they have told us if and when at the time they're ready to release them, they will let us know, which was this case.
Lori Simmons is the founder and CEO of Big Dog Ranch Rescue. Her group gets half. Center for Humane Economy gets the other half.
We will just keep waiting it out and praying that each and every one of the dogs get the wonderful life that the ones that have already come out are getting.
Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
Brewers players are teaming up with local teenagers to create some fancy footwear.
The event is a part of the Brewers Beyond the Diamond community initiative designed to bring players and fans together. First baseman Jake Bowers tells WTMJ.
She took charge. Her shoes look great over here, so I'm just kind of letting her do her thing.
The teens from Running Rebels were paired with players and coaches to customize a pair of Nikes to take home.
Anytime I get the opportunity, I try and take it. So it's awesome just to be out here, connect with these kids, and do something meaningful that hopefully they wear them and enjoy them and think about this time.
The Beyond the Diamond initiative holds outreach events year-round. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
Must have worked out. Bowers hit himself a 3-run shot afterward. Yeah.
We've got an update on a major traffic situation northwest of Milwaukee. We'll get to Debbie right after this.
This time, that station will make your ad. Next time, another station will come up with it. If there's one thing your small budget needs, it's consistency with your message and your media buy. It's easy to buy the flavor of the month. It's difficult to trust a plan because you'd probably be experimenting. Our plans have been proven to work. We'll get you the lowest rates, give you a consistent message that sets your business apart, and then we'll build you efficient top-of-mind awareness. Anderson-Smith.com. We help small business advertisers get better results. We'll make your ads potent, memorable, and effective. Whether it's radio, TV, billboards, or digital, our understanding of the market and long-standing relationships are unmatched. Anderson Smith represents a substantial amount of advertising billing, which will benefit you in getting much more for your ad dollar. Our compensation model is designed to make it affordable for businesses like yours to use us. And we hold on to our clients because what we do works. And they trust us. Anderson-Smith.com. We help small business advertisers get better results.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Hurt at work? Call Tayback for the payback. An injury at work may leave you eligible for compensation benefits, including lost wages, coverage of medical bills, or a cash settlement. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Checking in with Debbie here in this major situation on I-41, Deb.
Yeah, 41 northbound closed right now. They're saying it's pretty much closed at Silver Spring. The accident itself happened at Appleton Avenue, and this is where everything has shifted over, that traffic shift in the construction zone. So there's not much room to move, let's put it that way. There's about 4 or 5 tow trucks there, one with a crane. So I think there might have been a load shift as well with this accident. So lots of emergency crews on the scene there. They've also closed off the ramp from Silver Spring to northbound 41. So you get the idea that you cannot go northbound there. Of course, southbound, there are folks kind of slowing down, kind of take a peek, but not much going on other than what you can see with the cranes. You might want to look at Lily Road as an alternate route to get around that. It's kind of difficult because there's not, after you get past Silver Spring, there's nothing right next to the freeway that you can take. So just be extra careful if you're heading through that area. The rest of the system right now, as I'm looking at it, no other major delays or incidents. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
From TMJ4, I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with your Storm Team forecast. More Chamber of Commerce weather for southeastern Wisconsin today. The sunshine returns with highs in the upper 70s at the lakefront, low to mid 80s. A bit farther inland, clear and comfortable tonight with low temperatures in the mid and upper 50s. Then partly cloudy and warm for our Thursday with highs in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. It'll turn a bit more humid Friday with a chance of showers and thunderstorms with highs in the mid 80s.
Milwaukee at 48.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Petrano and Eric Bilstad.
She was supposed to be sentenced today. Instead, a federal judge will hear arguments in a defense motion to throw out the jury's guilty verdict.
Still happening today.
Still happening today, as this case will not seem to find ultimate resolution. And regardless of what happens today even, judge's decision is expected to be appealed. This is the case of former Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan.
Mr. LaRoses, take your client out and come back and get a date, okay? Oh, wait, that's right. Just give her a date.
Judge Dugan found guilty late last year of felony obstruction for helping a man who was in the country illegally and charged with a violent crime evade arrest by ICE agents at the Milwaukee County Courthouse. Dugan's legal team, prior to trial, asked federal judge Lynn Edelman to throw the case out. He didn't. It went to trial. Dugan was convicted. Her legal team, the night of the verdict, planned and ultimately did ask the judge to set aside that verdict. Lead attorney Steve Biskupik.
You know, the same elements of count one are in count two. In count two, how can you find guilty there and not guilty on the first? But that's why we asked for the post-trial briefing. Judge hasn't set a sentencing date, so obviously he's going to take this seriously as well. And I would just say the case is a long way from over.
The judge denied that motion. This is Dugan's legal team again asking the judge, are you sure? Are you sure the verdict was correct? Are you sure you want to sentence her for the crime of which she was convicted? Dugan has since resigned. She is no longer a judge. Then acting U.S. Attorney Brad Schimmel summed up the prosecution's efforts in the case.
The defendant is certainly not evil, nor is she a martyr for some greater cause. It was a criminal case like many that make their way through this courthouse every day, and we all must accept the verdict peacefully.
Well, today was to be the sentencing date, but instead, as I indicated, Judge Edelman allowing for a hearing on the motion to overturn that verdict. Is that about accurately sum up the timeline?
Yeah.
Did we get it all?
So we're getting there. This keeps it in the news, which is interesting. So what's the motivation to continue to go through this process?
Again, because nobody thinks Judge Dugan is going to go to prison.
Right. So
that the sentence would not include prison time. She's already resigned as a judge, so she's no longer on the bench.
So why go through all of this?
Don't know. Again, we won't have video or sound from inside court. No cameras or recording devices in federal court. So we will rely on the reporting that comes out of this hearing. WTMJ will have a reporter there. We're going to send her over. She is set to be in court for the 10 a.m. start at the federal courthouse. 6:15 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Abby Holm. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for QC Kinetics. Do you have trouble lifting your arms? Do you have trouble going up the stairs? Do you have trouble when you try to sleep because of the joint pain? There is another way, and it's not living with it. It's QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics patients are enjoying the nice weather, enjoying the time outside, enjoying life because they've called QC Kinetics here locally in Mequon and in Greenfield and enjoying the regenerative treatments that it offers. That means not missing any work. That means no surgery. It means no long recovery. Inflammation calms down and your pain backs off. That's what QC Kinetics can do for you. Call the number. Learn about it. 414-667-5559. 414-667-5559. Call QC Kinetics and learn what they can do for you and start living your life again. You can raise your arms. You can sleep at night. You can go to do the stairs. All of the things. Live your life with QC Kinetics.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Holy Kyle Harrison.
One of the most dominant first 4 innings that you'll ever see completed by Harrison against his former team. He recorded 12 outs, and 10 of them were strikeouts. Unreal.
Absolutely dominant. Kyle Harrison, 12 strikeouts and 5 2/3 as the Brewers rolled a 8-3 victory over the Giants, the team that drafted Harrison. His scoreless streak would get to 23 innings before it was ultimately snapped by Willie Adames. He had a solo shot. Harrison beating his old team.
It's always going to feel personal, right? I grew up 40 minutes from that ballpark, so had a great time there and cherish my memories with them. But no, man, it's like, yeah, it feels good, but I got to do it in another 5 days, so it's like you can't get caught up in that.
All right, good mindset there. You got to do it again, so just kind of living it. But yes, he admitted he enjoyed beating the Giants. So since the ERA became official, no other MLB team has had 2 pitchers with a sub 2.0 ERA and 11-plus strikeouts at the end of any day in June. So 11 strikeouts per 9 innings and an ERA under 2. It's never been done since the ERA became a thing.
Can we have the World Series next week?
Well, right. Okay. So what do you do? What do you do about that? MLB, the network there, they're all talking, might be time for the Brewers to get that other guy, that Cy Young Award winner from Detroit.
If you get to August 3rd and Mizorowski and Harrison are pitching the way they're pitching, and you're thinking about, how can we get to and through the Dodgers? How about if Skubal is starting one of those games also?
Tyreek Skubal. Could the Brewers throw something that way? That'll be the conversation. Brewers and Giants again tonight, right here on WTMJ Radio.
Proud new dad. Green Bay Packers back at work their second week of OTAs ahead of mandatory minicamp next week. Quarterback Jordan Love about 3 weeks into being a father.
I'm getting sleep, yeah. Veronica, my wife, she's doing a great job, fantastic job, allowing me to try and get as much sleep as I can.
I got to tell you, as a fan, that was my primary concern.
Are you getting sleep?
As any parent can understand. Is my guy going to be able to focus at work with all that going on at home? Love says he's good and embracing the world-changing perspective of dad life.
Man, just coming home every day and knowing that, I have a daughter now, and I know everybody's always said that. Some of the guys in the locker room are always like, once you have a kid, it's just different. Like all the stress and things you worry about, it's a new worries and new stress about having just a kid at home that you get to come home to and spend that quality time with.
So 2 notes. Running back Josh Jacobs is back in the fold, as you heard in the news. No formal charges filed in connection with his domestic violence arrest a week ago. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur calling practice business as usual. Injured linebacker Micah Parsons is in the building, obviously not participating in practice as he has months still in terms of his recovery, but LaFleur says he is progressing.
Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management.
We have a contractual agreement that we give our clients, this fiduciary standard of care. We also say fee-only fiduciary. So a lot of people are kind of twisting it these days and saying, I'm a fiduciary some of the time. I call them part-time fiduciaries. And that's the reason why we say fee-only fiduciary. That means we do not accept commissions.
Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Shopping for new windows and doors should not feel like a negotiation. It definitely shouldn't feel like a game. It's one of the things I really appreciate about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. They believe in straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home without inflated prices or high-pressure sales tactics. At the end of the day, a fair final price matters more than some flashy discount. And when you buy direct from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, one trusted team handles everything start to finish. The same company that manufactures your windows and doors is also the one selling and installing and servicing them with Pella certified installers every step of the way. That means confidence in the process, confidence in the product, and one team standing behind the work from beginning to end. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Traffic is sponsored by St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores. Highway 100 and Layton Avenue in Greenfield. 23rd and Lincoln and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee. Great bargains and a great cause. You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
Checking in with Debbie here at 6:21.
Still got trouble. Northbound 41 is closed at Silver Spring all the way up to Appleton Avenue because of a crash that happened just south of Appleton. Now, just north of Appleton. This is all happening in the construction zone after the part where they have shifted over to the southbound lane. So we've got a tight squeeze through that area as the crews are trying to fix this whole thing. We've still got a whole bunch of tow trucks, cranes out there. Looks like they may have gotten the load shift kind of stabilized at least. Moving very slowly going past on the southbound side too, since everybody seems to be looking at what's going on. So watch the southbound delays all the way down to Silver Spring. Northbound's backing up as well, obviously from about North Avenue, and it's solid up to Appleton Avenue. Your best bet would probably be to leave the freeway earlier than Silver Spring, head over to Lilly and take that northbound. Then you can take that up to 175 or head further north to get back onto the freeway. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Forecast sponsored by Big Fish Contracting. Visit bigfishcontracting.com. See how they're renovating homes, redeeming an industry. Tune into today's Brewers pregame show for the Big Fish Roof update. Sunny and gorgeous again today, a high of 81 inland. Tonight, clear, comfortable, low of 57. Thursday, partly cloudy and warm, a high of 88. Could see rain Friday, a high of 85.
How about this stretch of weather? You say 81 today, 88 tomorrow, 85 Friday. Getting really warm and humid tomorrow, which again...
Going to feel like really summer-like temps.
As I have complained, don't need it to be 90 in early June. Would like to be done waking up to 44 or dealing with any of that. So it's back and forth this time of year. You know, we focus on it more when the temperatures soar, but it does not take a lot to get a vehicle with windows closed to be unsafe for your pets or for your children. Today is Wisconsin's Heat Awareness Day, and on it, a federal safety warning coming with a message that many parents may not expect. Hot car tragedy it's not just about extreme heat, and it's not just something that happens to careless families.
For many parents, the thought is unthinkable, but a hot car tragedy is often tied not to intent but to distraction. A rushed morning, a change in who handles daycare drop-off, one break in the routine. Federal safety officials say that this is often how a preventable hot car tragedy begins.
There's this notion that nobody would ever do this, or that I as a parent would never do this. That this is something that happens to somebody else. But really, hot car death can happen to anybody.
National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's Jonathan Morrison says the science is clear. Even on a day that does not feel that brutal, he says the inside of a vehicle can turn dangerous fast.
We see hot car deaths even at as low as 60 degrees. And in just 10 minutes, the inside of a car can heat up around 20 degrees. And people think that if I crack the window or I park in the shade, that's going to help things. But it really doesn't.
One of the hardest parts of these cases is that they often do not begin with recklessness. Morrison says this is why the message needs to reach loving, attentive families, too.
What we see most frequently in those situations, there's a change in the morning routine. So maybe one parent is generally responsible for taking the child to daycare, but there's a switch. You know, our days are so busy that there's just really this momentary lapse in attention or memory, and they forget that the child's in the car.
There are some fail-safes and tricks you can do to help prevent this from happening. One is leaving something like your phone or purse in the back seat next to the child. So when you go to leave, you'll remember you need your item and go get it. Or
build into their routine every time they leave the vehicle, take a beat, stop, look, and then also lock the door.
The second most common cause of hot car death is a child that enters into the vehicle on their own to play. So make sure you lock the doors. And for those of us who may come upon a hot car situation, be it a child or even a pet, Morrison suggests
act immediately, call 911. That should be your very first step.
And if the situation is bad enough, like you see the child passed out, Wisconsin does have a Good Samaritan law that protects people from liability if you break into a car to save a life. But you have to follow these specific steps. Check the doors to make sure they're all locked, make a reasonable effort to find the adult responsible for the child, contact the authorities, use only the amount of force necessary to open the vehicle, and wait or stay with the child until law enforcement arrives. On Wisconsin's Heat Awareness Day, the reminder is simple. One extra glance in the back seat can be the difference between an ordinary day and a tragedy. Debbie Loziga, WTMJ News.
Yeah, but I think the part in that piece that spoke to me and to Eric is parents, especially, we don't get a lot of sleep. It's just, it takes that one small change in your routine, something different that causes you, well, how could you forget? Man, I tell you.
Yeah, it wasn't part of the whole routine.
Right. And you forget where you are or what's happening, or, you're in a different car today, or it's your turn to do this and not that. And people can get absent-minded. So your reminders there, your tips are important.
I like the idea of leaving something next to the child. You shouldn't have your phone anyway. So leave the phone next to the kids.
Not bad. Because you're not leaving without that.
Yes.
Right? 627 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Let me get you news about your money. WTMJ. Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial at 51,308 was up 229 points. NASDAQ at 27,094 was up about 7 or 8. And the S&P 500 up 9 points to 7610. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Affordable glass and mirror home decor ideas will go as far as your style and imagination will take them. But not everyone has the time to think up new ways to make our products work for their home. So here are some ideas that could really take your home style to the next level. A great way to visually enlarge a small space is to add mirrors. We're seeing mirrored closet doors come back in style, but now they call them reflective storage units. And if they're done right, they can be quite appealing. Make your minimal bedroom more expansive looking with a wall of mirrors. Or how about a mirrored backsplash in your kitchen? Mirror front kitchen cabinets look really sleek. If you bring us the milled out cabinet doors, we'll install mirrors and your kitchen gets an instant style upgrade. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
It's WTMJ's Julia Fellow for Sweet Talks Medical Spa in Menominee Falls. If you're looking for expert care without that cold clinical vibe, Sweet Talks is where beauty, wellness, and self-confidence comes together in such a fun, welcoming space. Sweet Talks offers injectables, advanced skin treatments, even wellness services like weight loss or hormone optimization. Sweet Talks provides a comprehensive consultation designed just for you. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Northbound on 41 remains closed right now at Silver Spring because of a crash that happened a bit closer to Appleton Avenue. Looks like there was a load shift as well, so that whole thing is going to be a bit of a mess through there. Delays already kicking in at North Avenue. You'll need to avoid the freeway, head up Lilly, which turns into Pilgrim Road, and you can reconnect to the freeway that way. Southbound riders, you're seeing delays as well, heading down from Good Hope Road. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The votes are still being counted in California's huge open primary for governor. More than 60 candidates were on the ballot so far. The leader appears to be Republican and Fox News host Steve Hilton.
It looks very much as if Californians really will have the chance to vote for change in November and take our state in a new direction.
If no candidate gets more than 50%, which is virtually assured, then the top two go to a runoff. In Los Angeles, incumbent Mayor Karen Bass is projected to advance. She could face reality star Spencer Pratt. Kuwait says an Iranian attack on its main airport left one person dead and significant damage. The airport is now partially reopened. Hostage negotiators in Bakersfield, California, still trying to convince a man who claims to have a bomb to let the hostages he's holding come out. 2 hostages released so far. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center happening today, federal courtroom in Milwaukee will again focus on the case of former Judge Hannah Dugan. U.S. District Judge Lynn Edelman set to hear oral arguments instead of moving directly to sentencing, which was originally scheduled for today. Comes after Judge Edelman rejected Dugan's request for a new trial or acquittal back in April. Jury convicted Dugan last year of felony obstruction after prosecutors argued she helped a man who was in the country illegally evade federal immigration agents inside the county courthouse.
Trials now scheduled for animal rights activists involved in freeing beagles from Ridgeland Farms in Dane County.
Adita Aswani, Wayne Shung, Michelle Lunsky, and Dean Wierzakowski are each facing 4 felonies and up to 31 years in prison for allegedly taking 22 dogs from the controversial Dane County Research Facility. Tuesday, the court also changed their bail conditions, including lifting a no-contact order that prohibited them from communicating with one another and another that prevented them from traveling to Dane County. The trial is set to begin on September 28th and last through October 9th. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
Authorities in Jefferson County set to resume their search this morning for a man who disappeared in the Rock River. Sheriff's Office dive team searched Tuesday. Before stopping for the night around 9 p.m., officials have not released additional information about the man or circumstances surrounding the incident.
The city of Milwaukee's leaf collection drama seems to be resolved, at least for now. Residents can still rake leaves to the curb for pickup this fall, or they can bag them. The Common Council unanimously passed a resolution that requires the Department of Public Works to communicate any policy changes before making a public announcement.
Public health officials in Wisconsin monitoring the spread of a tick that can cause a severe allergic reaction in some people.
A bite from the Lone Star tick can trigger alpha-gal syndrome, which causes an allergic reaction to red meat. While the tick isn't considered established in Wisconsin yet, Rebecca Osborne with the Department of Health Services tells WTMJ it's possible that could change in the next few years.
What we do know is that some people in Wisconsin are being diagnosed with alpha-gal syndrome. We don't know a lot of details about where they're being exposed.
Wearing layers and using repellent remains the best way to avoid tick bites and tick-borne illnesses. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
I tell you, if I got allergic to red meat, that would be a real serious quality of life impact.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:34.
Traffic brought to you by Marty's Pizza in Delafield.
Remember, Marty's Pizza.
Right off I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
We demand a lot of our shoulders and hands, our hips and knees, our backs and feet. They do life's heavy lifting, so we owe them the greatest attention in return. The Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network provides expert orthopedic and spine care to help you move, lift, turn, and reach with the most possible ease. Whether you have a sports-related injury or a nagging condition that just won't go away, excellence should always be an option. So we make our care available in nearby locations and offer same-day ortho and spine appointments when relief can't wait. It's how to recover quicker, prevent small concerns from becoming big ones, and solve complex issues with the expertise you can only get with academic medicine. We're given just one body, so let's tend to it, check in on it. Let's give it the greatest of care, because when it's tuned up and injury-free, we can always be pushing ahead. To learn more about our nationally recognized orthopedic and spine care, visit Froedtert.com/ortho.
Are you looking for a welcoming place to unwind? Vince Vitrano here. Our family found a home at Racine Country Club. Premier golf on the historic championship course, rolling terrain, famously fast greens, tight fairways, and scenic Root River views. Work your game year-round with indoor simulators, hitting bays, top-notch practice facilities, and leagues for every level. Plus, at Racine Country Club, you enjoy elevated dining, swimming, and a full calendar of family-friendly events. Join me on the course at Racine Country Club, racinecountryclub.com.
Keep the comfort in and the weather out with beautiful new windows and doors from Siding Unlimited. For ideas, go to our Siding Unlimited Instagram page. For a free estimate and honest price guarantee, go to sidingunlimited.com.
Amazon Business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:36.
Brewers have a chance to win the series already today. Sports at 6:45.
So if you're just getting in the car, heads up, 4145 northbound is completely closed right around Where's that Appleton Avenue in
Silver
that stretch
Spring,
there,
yeah.
Silver Spring-ish. And that's where the construction is. And there's a semi that is at least one of the disabled vehicles that they have a crane on that they appear to be working on the payload there. So trying to get a good idea of how long this is going to last. But it does not look good at the moment as far as being able to use that major artery to head north.
Looks like they were shifting. Deb, you reported a load shift as a possibility. It's a flatbed trailer behind the semi.
Right, yeah. It looks like, they've got a couple of cranes now lined up in what would be the left lane of that roadway next to a flatbed truck that looks like the load might be shifted a bit. So I think they're trying to stabilize it, get it back on.
And get that guy off the freeway so we can open things back up, right?
Exactly. But, there's been an ambulance sitting there for a while, and I don't know if there's been any kind of injury involved with this, but load shift in a construction zone, not good.
Right. And when you have a load shift like that, you can't, it's not just as simple as, okay, just retie the mattress there and you drive on.
That ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Get those ratchet straps tightened up.
A little bit more work involved in that.
One more bungee cord. 6:37 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
ACS Group has business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. ACS Group's IT manager, Mark Reinhardt.
I feel James Imaging Systems, being local, I get to meet the people, see the people. They come in and find out what our needs are, and they're just great folks.
Great folks who partner with you and your business.
Absolutely. I categorize James Imaging Systems as a partner because they come in, again, sit down, understand our needs, listen to what things are bothering us, obstacles that we have, and they help bring us really cost-effective solutions.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation, and business technology expertise to help your business do business better.
That's huge for me and keeps us running smoothly, and we're able to focus on other things for this business.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Sponsored by Accunet Mortgage.
Get your rock-solid pre-approval or a no-pressure refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Checking in with Debbie here on this major situation, 41 northbound.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. We've got it. The freeway northbound is closed completely, starting at Silver Spring. As a matter of fact, the Silver Spring on-ramp is closed. You can't get onto the freeway that way. The actual accident happened just north of Appleton Avenue. So this is in that construction zone where everything has been already shifted to the southbound lanes. And so there's not much room to work with. So that's why they've got everything closed off. They are trying to get this load straightened out on the back of this flatbed, and a lot of tow trucks are on the scene with this. So your best bet would be to avoid getting off at, well, you can get off at Silver Spring. It's still going to be pretty backed up starting, I would say, before Burleigh, where the delays start. You can head over to 124th or maybe to Lily Road, which turns into Pilgrim Road, and then you can get back onto the freeway that way, past the whole accident scene. Otherwise, southbound, things have gotten a little bit more complicated there now, too. We have a crash on the left shoulder at the ramp from Hampton Avenue, so that's going to be not great either. So we're starting to see the big delays southbound, starting at about Good Hope Road. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Sunshine, beautiful weather today, high of 77 at the lake, 81 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and warm with a high of 88. This morning, Secretary of State Marco Rubio back on Capitol Hill.
happening today.
Today, the secretary, due to testify before a House committee, spoke with senators on Tuesday.
I also remind everybody the United States government is not a charity. We are not here to play social worker. We are here to win. We are here to win on behalf of the American people and on behalf of the national interest.
Now, that part of Secretary Rubio's testimony focused on U.S. aid to foreign countries, though much of the line of questioning from lawmakers was about the ongoing war with Iran. Overnight, more drone and missile attacks in the Middle East, with Iran targeting, among other things, an airport in Kuwait. Bringing ABC News State Department correspondent Shannon Kingston this morning. Shannon, a lot of questions from senators, not only about the justification for the ongoing conflict, but about the end game in Iran. What did you hear?
Absolutely. Even though we saw these tit-for-tat attacks between the U.S. and Iran overnight, Secretary of State Marco Rubio has remained at least outwardly confident that a deal can be reached. Now, we have known for some time that U.S. negotiators are trying to get to an initial agreement with Iran that would fully open the Strait of Hormuz and set the stage for future nuclear negotiations. We have learned now from sources that during a Situation Room meeting on Friday, President Trump did decide to insist on some stricter nuclear commitments from Iran in that initial deal. And Secretary Rubio said more about that, outlining exactly what the U.S. expected Iran to say before they could move forward. But of course, here's the deal. They're still waiting to hear back from Iran on the latest offer. It wasn't even clear that Iran was ready to sign on to a deal without those concessions on its nuclear program. So odds remain rather low.
Shannon Kingston is with us, ABC News State Department correspondent. I thought another interesting part of the Secretary's testimony, Shannon, was just how he was describing what it's like to attempt to negotiate with leaders in Iran, that it's different than negotiating with other countries.
Absolutely. These are not direct negotiations. They really never have been, although there have been some kind of offshoot talks between U.S. officials and members of the Iranian regime. But for the most part, what this is they're getting answers from the highest levels of leadership. But as Secretary Rubio said, that can take 3 to 5 days. And the reason for that are security measures. Obviously, we saw a lot of members of the regime taken out during the early days of the war, so that has changed their security posture. But what that means is that it is very difficult to get a direct answer, and also difficult for U.S. officials to determine whether these are, necessary delays, logistical delays, or if the Iranians are just buying for time.
What happens in the House today? Is this just a replay of what we saw on Tuesday, but now this time in the other chamber?
Well, he has 2 appearances today. He'll actually be both chambers. But again, it is a bit more of the same. The topic at hand is the budget. But members of both chambers are going to use this as an opportunity to grill Secretary Rubio again on a range of topics. And now Democrats especially are very curious to hear more. And that was a big point we saw yesterday with some lawmakers really criticizing Rubio for what they see as a lack of transparency. He pushed back. He says he has been up to the Hill multiple times to brief since the war began, but clearly it's just not enough from these Democratic lawmakers.
ABC News State Department correspondent Shannon Kingston live with us this morning. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you.
I think to her description there, yes, part of the hearings are to get information, and then part of these Senate and House committee hearings are for lawmakers to make their points.
Oh,
right?
yes, to monologue,
right.
of course.
So they can post to their social media and to go back to their kids. I asked the hard
look
questions.
At what I
look
said.
at what I told this guy. Held his feet to the fire. So plenty of that going on in Washington this morning. 6:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Let me tell you the story of Jack the Giant Slayer.
1-2 pitch, and he lines one into right. Coming in is Churio, diving. Did he make the catch? He sure did! Jackson Churio!
The Brewers clash with the Giants tonight at American Family Field.
Jackson Churio with a dazzling play.
Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts at 6:05. This series is sponsored by the Hot House Tavern, Left's Lucky Town, and Revere's Wells Street Tavern. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Redo Cabinets. Let me tell you why now is a good time to declare your independence from your outdated kitchen during the 1776 event with our friends at Redo Cabinets. The time is now to update and celebrate America's 250th birthday, and to do it without losing your entire wallet. Redo Cabinets can find premium cabinet facings made right here in the USA and you can choose from dozens of colors, various hardware, all kinds of different accessories. It looks brand new. We've spoken with Rick over at Redo Cabinets. He's been at the house showing us what can be happening and what can be done, and it's amazing how things can look. The time is now. Redo Cabinets. Call today for your free, no-obligation consultation. Here's the phone number, 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417, or you can go to the website, redocabinets.com. Don't replace, reface with Redo Cabinets.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
We always hear about Jacob Mizorowski, how great the Miz is, yada, yada, yada. Well, Kyle Harrison is saying, hold my beer.
This is incredible. I mean, we're watching a Miz-like performance and maybe even one-upping something Miz could do.
12 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings as the Brewers beat the Giants 8-3. Harrison's scoreless streak of innings would get to 23. Now, Willie Adames, we all love Willie. He would snap that with a solo shot. Either
I loved
way,
him less after that.
it don't
Friend
matter.
or foe, Willie?
You win 8-3. How about that? Kyle Harrison admits that going up against his former team also was kind of fun.
Excited to get out there, man. You know, I don't know. It's like playing against your buddies. You know, you want to beat them in a competitive game, right? So, yeah, just really excited, honestly.
So he's the latest pitcher to be traded to the Brewers and then just be incredible. So you'll appreciate this. Pat Murphy, after the game, was asked, how did you untap the potential that this guy had when he was with the Giants? Why he's so much better now?
We all knew he had this potential in San Francisco. What's allowed him to access this?
You act like you knew. You didn't know. You didn't think about him again until he started doing well. Now you're like, yeah, we knew he had it. Strike that from the record. Your comment. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I like to be like that and kind of I'm too old to be nice. You know what I mean? So what was your question again?
Brewers and Giants again tonight,
What
right
are we
here
talking about?
on WTMJ Radio.
Packers back on the practice field working through week 2 of OTAs, organized team activities. Running back Josh Jacobs, arrested last week for domestic violence but not charged, is practicing with the team. We'll address that further in our next segment. Head coach Matt LaFleur on what he's seen, meanwhile, out of second-year wide receiver and number 1 draft pick Matthew Golden.
There's a big step for guys coming into this league going into year 2, and we expect that to happen, and I think we've seen a lot of that out on the practice field.
One other interesting nugget, LaFleur confirming that the Packers will have joint practices during training camp with the Arizona Cardinals coming up this summer. Cardinals will come in for a preseason game at Lambeau.
We are, yes, unless my brother pulls a fast one on me, which I wouldn't put it past him either.
Yeah, our guy's brother, Mike LaFleur,
That's cool.
is the new head coach in Arizona. That'll make a fun week to finish up the preseason.
Tyler Kolek and the New York Knicks take on the Spurs in Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight. To the Stanley Cup Final, Las Vegas wins Game 1.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
There's not a bad time to better insulate your home, but there is a better time, and it's right now. So why would that be? Vince Vitrano here talked with Jeff from USA Insulation a little while ago, and he told me they're always busy in the fall and in the winter when everybody's concerned about keeping the heat in. Now, which is great, but if you do the blow-in insulation, bat insulation, or that's the proprietary injection foam from USA, it does just as well keeping your home cooler in the summer. Helps you save on those electric bills, and there is a little bit more room for your project right now on the schedule. You can get it done in a hurry. Tell Jeff that Vinny told you you want the government rebates and discounts that can save you thousands on your project. Get started at usainsulation.net.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes?
Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show, live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Tayback Law fights for those who fought for us. If you're a vet and have been wrongfully denied the VA benefits you're entitled to, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
6:51, Debbie, WTMJ Time Saver traffic alert.
Big problems on northbound 41. Right now, it is closed at Silver Spring up past Appleton Avenue because of a crash and a load shift. Right now, in the area through the construction zone where it has already shifted over onto the southbound lanes, that is where it's happening, just north of Appleton Avenue. We've got a ton of tow trucks out there trying to help out with this, and big delays coming up from North Avenue all the way up to that point. Your best bet would be to exit at Silver Spring or earlier, head over to Lilly, which turns into Pilgrim, and then get back onto the freeway past all the accident problems. Southbound, we do have another crash. This is at Hampton off on the left shoulder. Delays coming in from Good Hope Road to that point. Westbound 94 backing up from just west of 27th Street to Holly Road. Eastbound coming out of the Stadium Interchange to 35th. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Sunny and beautiful, a high of 81 degrees today. Tonight, clear, comfortable, low of 57. The humidity expected to roll in tomorrow. Partly cloudy, warm, a high of 88 tomorrow. Friday, looks like storms are likely. So, yes, rain is coming. That'll be Friday.
As mentioned in sports, running back Josh Jacobs back at practice in Green Bay.
Happening today.
Packers this week completing their second session of OTAs, organized team activities. Optional, but you should probably be there. It's about the mindset for players. Running back Jacobs on the practice field Tuesday.
I was shocked when I saw it, and like I said, it's one of those things we're gonna let it play out. You know, there's a lot of uncertainty when you hear something like that of what might happen, but we'll see. We'll let it play out and go from there.
It's quarterback Jordan Love on Jacobs' situation. We'll hear a little bit more from Love in a moment. Stepping back, police in Hobart, just outside of Green Bay, arrested Jacobs last week on accusations of domestic violence. They were called to his home the previous weekend. Jacobs turned himself in, spent a night in the Brown County Jail, but was then released without charges being filed. He did not report to OTAs last week, but head coach Matt LaFleur revealed just before practice Tuesday that Jacobs was there and planning to practice.
He'll be out there today.
Has any of that been a distraction, or is it business as usual?
I would say business as usual.
LaFleur largely treated it as such, at least publicly, did not get any further questions on it. He did speak with reporters immediately after the incident and the arrest, and so he covered a lot of the same. There's
only so much he can say.
So Packers players, though, were available to reporters for the first time since Jacobs' arrest. Back to Jordan Love, asked if it was awkward seeing his teammate around for the first time after all that.
No. And, I'm just going to leave some of the stuff we've talked about and everything kind of internally, but no. Knowing who Josh is, no.
Josh Jacobs did not speak with reporters. His legal team continues to proclaim his innocence. And again, the district attorney's office has still not released a charging decision, haven't cleared him, but have not also issued any charges. Love said more than anyone else in the organization heretofore on what's happening.
Yeah, we've talked internally. Everyone knows what the situation is there, and we've talked, but obviously the details are, we're keeping that, everybody's keeping that under wraps right now, just out of respect for the situation and obviously all the legal stuff that's, going to be playing out. But, it's great to have Josh here with us. Be able to work with us and get back to work. But, yeah, we're just kind of everybody's just waiting and letting it play out on its own.
When do we expect him to speak? He's going to have to at some point. Jacobs will have to address the media or at least do a scrum outside his locker. And it doesn't mean he has to say anything, but he does. I mean, they're required to.
Right. And as this progresses into mandatory minicamp next week, right, part of the thing is the reporters are there, the locker room is open, and at some point, right?
So let me ask you this. How would you advise his team or him if you were working for him as a PR person?
Okay. So I was going to ask you, who am I? Am I his PR person or am I his lawyer?
Well, I'll start with PR person.
Here, let's do lawyer first because shut up.
Yeah.
You have nothing to say. You have nothing to add. All you can do is make things challenging.
And whenever you get frustrated that someone is keeping quiet about something, it's 9 times out of 10 because their lawyer is telling them
I
to.
try not to talk anyone out of legal advice that they get from someone who is trained in that facility.
Right.
As a PR person, though, I would expect at some point, the Brown County District Attorney, David Lassay, is going to have to go or no go here. You would expect, given the publicity that the case has gotten, that at least a statement would be issued if he says, we are not charging and here's why. If there are charges, then we'd learn a lot more. But let's assume that there are no charges filed. Then as the PR team would say, okay, we're going to do this one time. He's going to be available here. He'll take all your questions. You can advise him on how to dance around various things, not offer all sorts of things. But yes, at some point, let's do this. Let's do this one time so you can get out from
Just
under
rip
it
the Band-Aid off. Yeah.
If charges are ultimately filed, that changes everything. And then we don't hear from Jacobs for quite some time, I would imagine, if things are still in limbo or perhaps he does face charges. Again, no decision on that reached out of Green Bay heretofore. 6:57 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Meet Keith. He runs a 30-acre ranch. 8 years ago, his knees started giving out.
Climbing a ladder was almost impossible. If I could get down, I have to have something next to me to get up.
Keith's wife had a knee replacement. The recovery was hard and the results, not great. Keith wanted another way.
I won't go under the knife because I believe the body can do whatever it needs to do to heal itself.
Surgery wasn't the answer. QC Kinetics was. They're regenerative treatments. No surgery, no long recovery.
After the first one, the inflammation dropped 90%. Today, my knees are just amazing. I could not do what I've done if I had not gotten treatments to QC Kinetics. I just pray that my physical model continues to go and help other people.
Maybe that's you. Tired of dealing with the joint pain? Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation today.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559. 414-667-5559.
Score big at the International Autos Group in Milwaukee and save up to $15,000 on an exceptional lineup featuring Audi, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, Alfa Romeo, Maserati, and Hyundai. Or get rare 0% financing for 60 months and make no payments for 90 days. Get the service you deserve at a price you'll love at the International Autos Group or at iamilwaukee.com, where our ordinary needs to be extraordinary. Offers on select new models with approved credit. Savings off MSRP.
A new deck from Outdoor Living Unlimited is built to last. We are Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck installation team. For amazing ideas, go to Outdoor Living Unlimited's Instagram page. For a free estimate, go to OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Milwaukee Weight Loss knows the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no drugs or surgery, and they will show you how to keep it off for good. Get your confidence and your health back. Right now, $200 off on their summer special for a limited time only. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to book your free consultation. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Transform your home today. Exterior Pros. Trust the pros.
Let me tell you the story of Jack the Giant Slayer.
1-2 pitch, and he lines one into right. Coming in is Churio, diving. Did he make the catch? He sure did! Jackson Churio!
The Brewers clash with the Giants tonight at American Family Field. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts at 6:05. This series is sponsored by the Hot House Tavern, Left's Lucky Town, and Revere's Wells Street Tavern. We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Wednesday, June 3rd, our top story. The next step in the Hannah Dugan case will not be sentencing.
But first, right to the roads. Debbie Lazga, it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. Northbound 41 is closed at Silver Spring because of this crash. And it was a load shift, basically. And this is in the construction zone where everything has been shifted over to the southbound lane. So it's just not easy to get around that whole thing. So they had to close off the freeway. As a matter of fact, Silver Springs on-ramp is also closed to get onto northbound 41, so you can't do it that way. If you can, get off the freeway a little bit earlier than that, head west to Lily Road, and that turns into Pilgrim Road, and you can get back onto the freeway that way. Delays, though, heading up from just south of Burleigh, and it's solid all the way up towards Silver Springs. Southbound, got ourselves another accident at Hampton. The left shoulder is blocked, seeing delays right past the Appleton Avenue area as everybody kind of takes a peek and as you're making the way down to Capitol Drive. Westbound 94, watch for backups from 35th Street to Hawley Road. You're back on the brakes heading right past Moreland Road to Calhoun. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Sunshine, beautiful conditions. High of 77 at the lake, 81 inland, low down to 57 tonight. Milwaukee at 50, and from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, federal judge set to hear arguments this morning in the case of former Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan.
Today's hearing replaces what was originally scheduled as Dugan's sentencing date. Back in April, Judge Lynn Edelman rejected Dugan's request for a new trial or acquittal, but her attorneys continue to challenge aspects of the case. A jury convicted Dugan last year of felony obstruction after prosecutors say she helped an undocumented immigrant avoid a federal immigration arrest inside the Milwaukee County Courthouse. Dugan resigned from the bench earlier this year. She faces a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison. Outside the federal courthouse in downtown Milwaukee, Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Today's hearing set for 10 a.m.
New trouble for peace talks with Iran following drone and missile strikes lobbed across the Middle East.
An American warplane striking an oil tanker, which the U.S. says was trying to reach Iran, in violation of the ongoing blockade. Iran then responding, launching missiles and drones on neighboring Kuwait and Bahrain, targeting civilian boats. Then another wave of drones aimed at American forces in Kuwait. The U.S. military says the drones and projectiles were shot down.
ABC's Karen Hua. Iran says it's suspending ceasefire and peace talks, though President Trump has said this week he believes a deal is still within reach.
High-stakes primary elections in 6 states Tuesday. Looks like the race to decide who will serve as the next mayor of Los Angeles is heading to a runoff. Ballots are still being counted there. It does appear incumbent Mayor Karen Bass will advance.
I have devoted my entire life to serving the city that I love, where I was born, and I'm going to continue to do that all the way to victory in November.
Now, Mayor Bass will either face, it looks like, reality TV star Spencer Pratt or City Councilwoman Nithya Raman.
Decision Wisconsin Democratic gubernatorial candidate Francesca Hong says she has paid off a credit card debt after a lawsuit brought the issue into the spotlight. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reporting Capital One filed that lawsuit last week, alleging Hong had nearly $30,000 in unpaid charges and stopped making minimum payments. Hong's campaign says the debt came from business expenses and since has been resolved.
Milwaukee elections officials will have outside legal help as the FBI continues asking questions about Wisconsin's 2020 election. Common Council approved hiring outside counsel after federal agents contacted elections officials and Milwaukee police officers over the past month. The FBI has not publicly commented on the investigation.
A crash leads to a deadly car fire on the highway.
They responded to the 6,000 block westbound off-ramp of the expressway. Officers came upon a vehicle fire.
Broadcast from an audio there. Police responding Tuesday to this on 894 westbound off-ramp to 60th Street. Initial investigations show that the driver of that car on fire was the suspect in a hit and run prior to that incident.
Coming up, President Trump commuted his sentence. Now a new probe into a former congressman. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:04. News brought to you by Margol Media. Margol Media, digital marketing done right.
For growing businesses, digital marketing shouldn't be a gamble. If your business needs results, not guesswork, it's time for a different approach. At Margol Media, we deliver real results for businesses in an evolving digital world. Backed by data, guided by strategy, and focused on actionable outcomes. We partner with businesses of all sizes to drive growth locally or nationwide. Set up a free consultation today. Visit us at margolmedia.com. That's MARGLE media.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scavini. Celebrate active aging at the Enjoy Life Symposium. Join Capri Communities and adults 55 plus for a free high-energy day at the Enjoy Life Acting Aging Symposium. Live entertainment, a senior fashion show, and speakers like, get this, Melinda Myers and Chef Michael Fecker, the Ukuleles, and Milwaukee's Dancing Grannies. Capri Communities brings it all together for one unforgettable day, Wednesday, June 10th at Elmbrook Church in Brookfield. Register now at EnjoyLifeSymposium.com, and you'll be entered to win a Green Bay game day experience. That's EnjoyLifeSymposium.com.
For 176 years, St. Vincent de Paul Society of Milwaukee has been neighbors helping neighbors, working to eliminate poverty and hunger with compassion and dignity. When families face hard times, our volunteers step in. Over 600 trained volunteers ready to meet people where they're at, in their homes. And that's what our Neighbors Helping Neighbors home visit program is all about. Volunteers travel in pairs, listening first, then offering personalized support. They provide families and individuals with things like furniture, beds, food, clothing, and connect them to vital community resources. Help that provides stability during challenging times. These home visits don't just address an immediate need, they help create a safer, more stable future for our families and individuals in our community. Last year alone, St. Vincent de Paul Society volunteers completed nearly 11,000 home visits across Milwaukee County, serving those who need us most. Together, we are neighbors helping neighbors. To learn more about our mission or get involved, visit svdpmilw.org.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
At Wisconsin's own Accunet Mortgage, our closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 less than the banks or the mortgage guys with the Rocket for exactly the same rate. Find out how much you can save at accunet.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:07.
What was more impressive, the pitching or the hitting? Sports at 7:15.
We still have our WTMJ traffic alert. Northbound 4145 right around Appleton shut down as they deal with a semi whose payload has shifted. We'll get an update from Debbie in 3 minutes.
Former Republican Congressman George Santos now facing a new federal investigation. It's 7 months after President Trump commuted his sentence. The probe now focused on suspicious bets placed with a popular prediction market platform.
Santos first gained infamy in 2022 when the lies he told during his campaign were exposed. He claimed to have graduated in the top of his class, that his mother worked at the World Trade Center on 9/11, and that his grandparents escaped the Holocaust. None of it was true. He was expelled from Congress and later pleaded guilty to identity theft and wire fraud, earning him a 7-year prison sentence.
That's ABC's Sophie Flay reporting.
An iconic department store will be closing in a matter of months. ABC's Jim Ryan.
One of the few remaining classic urban department stores is closing for good. The flagship Neiman Marcus location opened in downtown Dallas in 1914. Saks Global, which acquired Neiman's in 2024, has decided to shutter the 9-story building on September 30th.
If you're headed up to Lambeau Field this fall, you'll notice a little more of Milwaukee on game day.
The Green Bay Packers and Potawatomi Sportsbook have announced a new multi-year partnership, making Potawatomi the team's official sportsbook partner. Aaron Popke, Director of Public Affairs for the Green Bay Packers, tells WTMJ.
You know you're going to have a great experience, and we feel the same at Lambeau Field. So to be able to have these organizations work together to promote those experiences and having fun around the game of football was a natural.
Potawatomi Sportsbooks is operated by one of 6 federally recognized Native nations in Wisconsin, offering retail sportsbook operation. Nicer Spencer, WTMJ News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:09.
This report is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. Visit sidingunlimited.com.
Our home values have gone up over the years while our home continues to age every second. This is Eric Brown with Aaron Brown, brothers and owners of our family business, Siding Unlimited.
While those values continue to go up and homes continue to age, we see homeowners have become more concerned about who is going to do the work. Making the right decision has become the top priority and a nervous decision.
What's great about Siding Unlimited, we've seen so many people choose us, and their responses years after the project is remarkable. Siding Unlimited delivers on quality products and installation, making longevity and peace of mind a priority with new windows, doors, roofing, and siding.
Trust the local, family-operated Siding Unlimited to be the company of choice for your next window project. Proven to be the best by earning Pella's prestigious Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times.
Siding Unlimited. Experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Call Siding Unlimited at 262-567-4513 or visit sidingunlimited.com today.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
7:10, a WTMJ time saver traffic alert still in effect, Debbie.
Northbound on 41, we do have that closure basically at Silver Spring. You cannot go northbound on 41 because of this crash and load shift. It is in the construction zone where everything's been shifted over to the southbound lanes. So northbound, you can't get through. So if you get off the freeway earlier than Silver Spring, probably save you a little bit of time. Move over to Lilly, that turns into Pilgrim Road, and that'll get back onto the freeway that way. But delays are pretty hefty in moving your way northbound from just before Burleigh all the way up to about Silver Spring. Southbound, do have that accident at Hampton's on-ramp. That is got the left shoulder blocked, so big delays coming in from Good Hope Road. Westbound 94 backing up from 35th to Hawley Road. Eastbound from just before Hawley Road to 35th. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
From TMJ4, I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with your Storm Team forecast. More Chamber of Commerce weather for southeastern Wisconsin today. The sunshine returns with highs in the upper 70s at the lakefront, low to mid 80s a bit farther inland. Clear and comfortable tonight with low temperatures in the mid and upper 50s. Then partly cloudy and warm for our Thursday with highs in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. It'll turn a bit more humid Friday with a chance of showers and thunderstorms with highs in the mid 80s.
Milwaukee's at 50 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Petrano and Eric Bilstad.
So we are keeping our eye on this situation on 4145 northbound. So it would appear that this semi that was carrying some large cement, I don't even want to try to describe what type of payload it is, but it would appear it's shifted. So now some of that they are moving to another flatbed truck. So that's why they have the cranes up there. Folks driving southbound may see it up close there, but it would appear they're trying to shift some of that payload, and of course that's going to take some time.
I was going to say, it also would not appear that this is going to be resolved anytime soon.
Right, yeah. So they're dealing with that, obviously very heavy. They got cranes involved on that, so we'll get an update from Debbie here in a few minutes. But 4145 northbound shut down right around Appleton Avenue. That's right there in the construction, too.
Still happening today.
At the federal courthouse, a case that does not seem to find a way toward ultimate resolution, regardless of what happens today. The judge's decision is expected to be appealed anyway. This is the case of former Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan.
Mr. LaRoses, take your client out and come back and get a date. Okay? Oh, wait, that's right. Just give her a date.
Sound from Judge Dugan's courtroom the day this all unfolded. She was found guilty late last year on felony obstruction. She helped a guy who was in the country illegally and also had been charged with a violent crime, who was appearing before her in court, helped that person evade arrest by ICE agents at the Milwaukee County Courthouse. That part doesn't seem to be disputed. What's being disputed is whether or not she did anything criminally wrong. Now, Dugan's legal team, prior to the trial, asked the federal judge, Lynn Edelman, to throw the case out. Well, he didn't, and it went to trial. Dugan was convicted. Her legal team, the night of the verdict, planned and ultimately did ask the judge to set aside that verdict. Lead attorney Steve Biskupik said, yeah, we're gonna ask him to set aside the verdict. There was a split verdict. A lot of other things we see here. Well, the judge ultimately denied that motion. Dugan's legal team again now asking the judge, are you sure the verdict was correct? They're citing new case law or a different case. They're going at it different ways to try to get the judge to undo what the jury did.
Does this happen all the time and we just don't realize it because it's not a newsworthy case, if you will?
It happens all the time when you have a guilty verdict. The defense team says, we move to, and I don't know what the legal terms are, move to vacate the verdict. And most times, and the judge says, nope, thank you, heard you. No, we're not going to do that. And then you're done with it. And I do think it's worth pointing out, no, I would not characterize this as normal happening to go at it again and again and again from these various different angles, especially since ultimately no one thinks this won't end up in appeal, regardless of what the judge decides. We're not expecting necessarily for the judge to rule from the bench today. He could, but a decision could be coming later after today's hearing. It's set for 10 a.m. at the federal courthouse. We won't have sound from inside the court because it's federal and we don't allow cameras in courts and federal courthouse or recording devices. But we will have WTMJ's Elizabeth Linton, and is going to be in court at 10 o'clock this morning. 7:15 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Are you ready to become a champion? Oh, yeah, you are. This June, head to Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee and team up with Bernie Brewer for his awesome $300,000 journey. Grab your rewards card and play your favorite lineup of games to earn entries. Thursday nights, you could compete in the Bernie Win-Ball game for a chance at major prizes. There's no I in team, but there is in win. Play your best during Bernie's $300,000 journey. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey everybody, Debbie Loziga here for Comfort Awnings. Using the highest quality American-made materials, their awnings are the leading shade and wind resistance solution for your outdoor space. Comfort Awnings installed a motorized awning over my patio, and I don't know how I ever lived without it. Now that summer is here, don't wait to get your awning installed. Enjoy your beautiful Wisconsin summer no matter the weather. Extend your motorized awning when that sun gets too hot, or even when it rains and you hear the lovely pitter-patter. Right now, got a great deal. Get $450 off your awning or screen. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com today.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Holy Kyle Harrison.
One of the most dominant first 4 innings that you'll ever see completed by Harrison against his former team. He recorded 12 outs, and 10 of them were strikeouts. Unreal.
Harrison absolutely dominating. He would strike out 12 in 5 2/3 as the Brewers rolled to an 8-3 victory over the Giants. That was the team that drafted Harrison, by the way. Harrison's scoreless streak would get snapped at 23 innings. It only made it to 23. It was Willie Adames, who, by the way, who would hit that solo shot.
Also, I think he had 2 strikes on Willie.
Yeah.
What was going to be his last batter anyway.
Since ERAs became official, so since 1913, no other Major League Baseball team has had 2 pitchers with a sub-2 ERA and 11-plus strikeouts per 9 innings at the end of the day. And here this team has done that this far into June. So that's incredible that they've gone this long with that much of a start of the season, et cetera, et cetera. So he's been good. Jake Bauers also had hit a 3-run shot there, a home run. So what do you do now? Okay, Harrison doesn't look to be a fluke. This looks to be legit. Obviously, The Miz is The Miz. Is it time to think of another pitcher to trade for? MLB Network and others starting to get into that Tyreek Skubal talk.
They don't like to give up future value because they want to be good every year. Man, there's only one chip given out a year, and I think they could get the chip. Wow. And this would be a year to go and do something uncomfortable because who would want to play them?
Is it time to do something uncomfortable and trade a couple of future pieces for Tyreek Skubal? Pull a CC Sabathia, if you will.
Okay, well, you got to wait it out, right? That doesn't happen right now. That happens later.
Yeah, Skubal's still recovering from a surgery, but pretty good.
And then there's that.
Brewers, so you're an out. I know you. Well, we should hold on until next year.
Well, no, just
Brewers and Giants tonight on WTMJ
You know what?
Because
you know what would happen. They get him, and then I don't know. The injury's not progressing like we thought it was going to. And it just
sounds like a Vince issue.
If you told me he was going to be Sabathia, all right. Let's move on.
Go ahead.
Green Bay Packers back at work their second week of OTAs ahead of mandatory minicamp, and quarterback Jordan Love about 3 weeks into being a new dad.
I'm getting sleep, yeah. Veronica, my wife, she's doing a great job, fantastic job, allowing me to try and get as much sleep as I can.
I got to tell you, I worry for my guys, right? That was my primary concern as a fan. Any parent can understand. Is my guy going to be able to focus at work, given that he's got a little one at home now? Love says he's good and embracing the world-changing perspective of dad life.
Man, just coming home every day and knowing that, I have a daughter now, and I know everybody's always said that. Some of the guys in the locker room are always like, once you have a kid, it's just different. Like all the stress and things you worry about, it's a new worries and new stress about having just a kid at home that you get to come home to and spend that quality time with.
All right, 2 additional notes. Running back Josh Jacobs is back in the fold. No formal charges filed in connection with his domestic violence arrest a week ago. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur calling practice business as usual. Injured linebacker Micah Parsons is in the building, not participating in practice as he recovers, but LaFleur says his injury recovery is progressing nicely. 7:20 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show, live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Vince Vitrano for Bugman, Queen Bee, my pest control team. Guy came by the house the other day, of course, right when I'm making dinner. Stuff's on the stove, and he wants to sit and chat at the front door. Says he takes care of other homes in the neighborhood with bug treatment. I said, thanks, man. I got a guy already. Tell him proudly it's Bugman, Queen Bee out of West Allis. And I want Bugman to be your pest control team as well, because I know Adam and Shindell. It's their family-owned business. Worked with them for 2 years. They're reliable. They're trustworthy. Job's done right. They take care of everything. We here at WTMJ, we vetted them. We use them. They're my recommendation to you. Bugs, bees, or critters, don't go with whoever knocks on your front door. Go with my team and tell Janelle over there when you call that Vinny sent you. Bugman, queenbee.com.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian,
Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
The second you hear this,
fly ball left center.
you know exactly who it is.
Strong is on the move. He's running out of room. It's gone.
Brewers play-by-play man Jeff Levering, and he's our Brewers 360 guest every Wednesday at 8:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
I think it's a totally different story from Miz, but he does need to learn how to communicate. You know, it's not a bad thing if you're done after 5. That's okay.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited, Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Hannon and Dunphy, and Ridgetop Exteriors.
This report sponsored by Exterior Pros and Baths. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation. Don't just upgrade, transform your home. From bold exteriors to breathtaking baths, Exterior Pros makes it happen. Exterior Pros. Trust the pros.
Checking in with Debbie here, WTMJ Time Saver Traffic Alert.
Northbound 41 still closed because of a crash that happened just north of Appleton Avenue. This is in the construction zone where everything has been shifted over onto the southbound lanes. So there's not much room there. And looks like it was a load shift. And they've got cranes out there. Doesn't look that they're making too much progress, but we got a couple of cranes out there trying to straighten things out and hopefully get this thing opened up sooner rather than later. Unfortunately, kind of the damage is done. We've got big delays coming up from north of North Avenue all the way to that scene. By the way, if you need to get around this and you happen to be on the freeway right now, I would head off as soon as you can. Go west to Lily Road and go north, and it turns into Pilgrim Road, and you can get connected back onto the freeway that way. That way you can avoid that whole area. Southbound 41 also seeing problems at Hampton Avenue. We do have a crash there off on the left shoulder, so backups coming down through the Appleton Avenue area. Southbound 43 also backing up from before Good Hope Road, just south of Brown Deer Road specifically, all the way down to about Bender is where those delays kick in, and then back on the brakes from Keefe down to Locust. I'm Debbie Lazigo with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast brought to you by Big Fish Contracting. Visit bigfishcontracting.com. See how they're renovating homes and redeeming an industry. Tune into today's Brewers pregame show for the Big Fish roof update. Pretty good candidate for roof open tonight. High of 81 inland, 77 at the lake with a low of 57. Right now at 50.
This is really all about agendas.
Unfinished business is the topic.
Unfinished business is created in any one.
The talk, but yes, the failed $1.8 billion tax relief package that would return hundreds of dollars to each Wisconsin resident. Also would send money to special education funding, also helping with tips and overtime taxes and that type of thing. Robin Vos is doing the media circuit right now. The Assembly Speaker, who is not running for re-election, has been pushing, hey, we can still talk about this. We can still bring this back, even though it failed after Republican leadership and the governor's office had come to an agreement. Most Democrats didn't vote for it in the Assembly. No Democrats voted for it in the state Senate, and there were 3 Republicans who initially were a yes that then became a no that killed it in the state Senate. Thus, this measure never passed. Is that pretty much?
I think that sums it up.
So Voss was on Wisconsin's Afternoon News, asked about this. Well, and he says, no, we can still do this. It's still possible.
I don't really hate anybody.
Okay, so we could
Good
make
start.
He says that no, maybe Devin Lemieux, the Senate Majority Leader, can get things together, but he's not sure.
Devin Lemieux is a good person. He's a good leader. I think he got blindsided by these 3 Republicans who kind of implied the entire time that they were supportive of the deal, and then at the last minute pulled out the rug. We know that we have Senate Democrats who say they care about special education, say they care about property tax relief, but not a one of them voted for it. So I want to give them an opportunity to fix their mistake. Look, they were wrong. Tony Evers said so. Republicans agree that we want to have this tax relief out the door. So I guess I'm an optimist. I've done this long enough, John, that I know that people say no right up until they say yes. This is a prime example where the public wants it. We agree that it's a bipartisan deal that should get done. We have plenty of time to do it. So why would we not at least try?
Okay. Maybe we'll try. I don't know. There's nothing to suggest that it's actually still going to happen. However, you can call an extraordinary session. So if he thought he had the votes, he and Lemieux could bring everyone back. The governor can also call a special session, but so can the legislature.
Well, and the other push there is, in terms of who was wrong, 80% of Wisconsinites crossing party lines said y'all should have passed it too.
Right. Although, you know what? We've seen polls indicate one thing, and we never do that. Right. Anyway, marijuana. Excuse me, medicinal marijuana. Sorry, I got something in my throat. Meanwhile, moving on to other items at City Hall, the leaf pickup situation is officially done.
They said, we won't do anything this year or next year for sure. We might look at it in 2028, which is strangely enough past election time. I always get nervous when those kind of timelines happen.
Just a coincidence, I'm sure.
So that's Alderman Scott Spiker saying that there's not going to be any more discussion about changing the policy of leaf pickup in Milwaukee until after 2028. But for the now, they're still pushing everything, whether it's raking to the streets or putting it in bags or mulching it and all of that. So officially...
I'm glad the commissioner begged his policy like the old one. So
right.
thank you very well done.
Well done. Nice. All right. So it's officially, that's now put to rest, if you will. It's been officially raked to the curb.
Put that at the curb. News about your money this morning, WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update.
This is really...
Sir? Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 229 points to 51,308. NASDAQ closed at 27,094, up about 7 points. The S&P 500 up 9 or 10 here to 7610. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
I don't really hate anybody.
Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, our weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market, how it affects Wisconsin businesses and residents. Sponsored by the original Knowledge Broker, R&R Insurance. Joining me today, Jeff Salazinski, Executive Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, you and I have been talking about AI recently, and you brought up another interesting take on an opportunity that business owners should leverage while they're evaluating their commercial insurance and employee benefits programs.
Thank you, Vince. Great to be here. AI is useful, but without clean data, it won't do much good.
Hey, would you share with everyone what we were talking about before we started recording?
Sure, Vince. Information and data are the lifeblood or the currency of good underwriting for insurance companies.
How can we better understand why that's so important, Jeff?
Underwriting, whether for commercial insurance or employee benefits, is becoming more automated and very data-driven, even more so now in the age of AI. A company's data, whether publicly available or proprietary data, tells an important story. Are earnings growing or stagnant? What channel do your sales originate from? Historical claim activity. Your objective data tells a story. Insurance companies use these data points and many others in their risk selection and pricing tools.
So what else is important here?
Your subjective data plays an important role in all of your risk programs as well. Attributes like your company culture, documented processes, the quality of your management team, and customer feedback all tell a story about your company. A carefully crafted overview of your company, combined with the data to support it, make your business desirable, and companies will compete to ensure it.
So why should businesses work with R&R Insurance?
We're a fiercely independent, technology-forward, top 100 insurance agency. We understand how to get insurance companies to compete for your business. If you're looking for a better insurance purchasing experience, we'd love to speak with you. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
Want to watch all your favorite WTMJ shows? Check out the WTMJ YouTube channel. Live streams of all your favorite WTMJ shows, from Wisconsin's morning news to what's on tap. See breaking news as it happens. Get involved with the action in the chat on Brewers Extra Innings, or see all the cool tools on the Fix-It Show. Missed your favorite show? We've got past live streams and interview highlights too. Subscribe to 620 WTMJ.
Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at accunet.com.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Ballots are being counted in some of the biggest races from Tuesday's primary in California, but it may be a while before we know who won.
It's not a surprise at all. There are few firm answers here today. California is one of 8 states that mails every registered voter a ballot, and ballots now have a week to get back. Counties have 13 days to count all of the ballots and a month to certify the vote, so close races are never immediate here in California. But with numbers coming in now, it's becoming clear who will, who might, or who will not be in November's election.
ABC's Alex Stone. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is projected to move on to a runoff, but we don't know who her opponent might be. So far, no projections in the California governor's race, where dozens of people were running. Kuwait says an Iranian attack on its main airport left one person dead and significant damage. The airport is now partially reopened. More than 60 people were hurt, many of them severely. This is ABC News.
Still seeing the problems northbound on 4145. Right about it at just north of Appleton Avenue, we have a crash. And the freeway is closed at Silver Spring, so you will not be able to get onto the freeway at Silver Spring, and also you'll be diverted off. So basically what it is a semi that looks to have lost part of its load or shifted part of its load. So we've got a couple of cranes out there trying to help out with this. It's a big mess. Southbound, everybody's slowing down to take a look at this as well. And then there's also an accident right at the ramp from Hampton on the left shoulder. So all this area, not great. I would avoid it. Maybe head over to Lilly, take that north, turns into Pilgrim Road, and that you can use to get onto the freeway. On southbound 43, backing up just south of Brown Deer Road, down past to about Good Hope Road, back on the brakes from Capitol Drive to Locust. Northbound 4394, that's backing up out of the Mitchell Interchange, around the Plainfield Curve, up past Oklahoma Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, a high of 77 at the lake, 81 inland with sunshine today and a low of 57. Tonight, Milwaukee at 56. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, federal courthouse in Milwaukee will again focus on the case of former Judge Hannah Dugan. Judge Lynn Edelman set to hear oral arguments instead of moving directly to sentencing, originally scheduled for today. The defense team for Dugan asking for the verdict to be vacated.
1 week after he turned himself into Brown County Sheriff's Office for his role in a domestic dispute, Packers running back Josh Jacobs was back with the team for organized team activities. He did not speak with the media. No charges have been filed.
A decision on whether a Franklin strip club can continue operating now on hold. City leaders postponed action Tuesday on renewing licenses for On the Border Gentlemen's Club. The measure stalled after 3 council members voted in favor and 3 others abstained.
Well, when did we ever have multiple abstentions?
I've never seen it in 10 years. 5 ayes, 1 abstention, motion carries, held over till the 16th, June 16th, 2026 meeting.
License review comes as the business has been at the center of a human trafficking investigation. 4 men connected to the club have been charged and are due in court next month.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:35. WTMJ's Eric Bilstad here. Stop me if you've said this before. I can't raise my arms. I can't climb stairs. I can't even kneel down. Can't play with my kids, can't golf with my friends, or even get through a work day without exhausting joint pain. Well, how about we start celebrating what you can do? That's what patients at QC Kinetics are doing. They're not dealing with the pain, they're living their lives. QC Kinetics and its game-changing regenerative treatments done right at their office means no surgery, no missing work, and no long recovery. The inflammation calms down and the pain backs off. You and I both know life is great, and it's time to start living it again without that joint pain. Call QC Kinetics today. Here's the number, 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559. Schedule your free consultation. They'll even meet you on a Saturday. QC Kinetics, 414-667-5559. Call QC Kinetics today.
It was just
one unforgettable night.
One of those things.
An evening with Harry Connick Jr.
Just one of those crazy flings.
Performing songs from across his remarkable career. Harry Connick Jr. July 13th, the Riverside Theater.
I just whispered your name.
Tickets are on sale now at PabstTheaterGroup.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:36.
Brewers have a chance to win another series today. Sports at 7:45.
What does the future hold for 60 Minutes? One of the most well-known broadcast TV news programs in the history of broadcast TV.
Kind of created the genre of the news magazine.
And the ratings have been there for it, even lately. There's been a lot of changes there at CBS, of course. And now Scott Pelley, who's been with that program for more than 20 years, gone, has been fired for cause. We have parted ways with Scott Pelley. Nick Bilton says he's the tech journalist who was hired last week to run 60 Minutes. Doesn't have any broadcast experience. Pelley apparently had accused leadership of murdering 60 Minutes. Sorry to laugh, but I mean he was clearly passionate in front. Sorry, like
if you're the boss,
I'm not laughing at. It's like he clearly was angry. Like there was clearly they called it a performative situation. He was clearly upset and in front of other people accused leadership of basically killing 60 Minutes, and that happened on Monday. And on Tuesday, they said, all right, look, we can't keep you now because of that. Now, I would argue things have probably been said just as bad by talent or by, behind closed doors in the past at anything. Like, I don't think you necessarily need, I guess what I'm trying to say is if he went on social media and said that, that'd be one thing. This was behind closed doors, but it was in front of other people that work there, and that was enough for them.
It wasn't closed enough.
Right. And they said, all right, it's time to move on. But you wonder now, loved watching 60 Minutes. Will that show and will CBS be able to maintain the integrity and the attention that it had been getting with one of its mainstays, another one of its mainstays now gone?
7:38 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation, and it definitely shouldn't feel like a game. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin believes in straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. Because a fair final price matters more than some flashy discount. Pella never inflates pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. And when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, one trusted team handles everything from start to finish. The same company that manufactures your windows and doors is also the one selling, installing, and servicing them with Pella certified installers every step of the way. That means confidence in the process, confidence in the product, and one team standing behind the work from beginning to end. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Vince Vitrano here for my new home for golf and family fundraising country club. Tried this at a local public course. So my wife plays golf, once every 3 years. My teen daughter is trying to take up the game and learn, and they decide, we want to play 9 holes today. That is not a group you take out on a Sunday afternoon at a public course. Chaos will ensue. That's why so many families are joining at Racine Country Club. The golf schedule always has room for you, and because it's a private club, it's easy to let folks play through, or maybe you or they skip a hole, do whatever. It's so casual at certain times of the day. It's a great opportunity for your family to grow into golf. And if you're not a golfer, still a great place for you. The pool is open. A lot of families out there enjoying a fantastic club, making new friends, sharing this summer together. Upscale dining or casual eats. Events the whole family will enjoy. See you out here at Racine Country Club. New members welcome now. Get started at racinecountryclub.com.
At Johnson Financial Group, we know shaping the future of your business takes understanding your landscape. And having a local financial partner makes all the difference. For over 50 years, our commercial banking team has provided expertise to align growth and succession strategies for businesses across Wisconsin. Because businesses that grow here deserve a partner rooted here. Customer focus, community commitment, local partnership. That's Johnson Financial Group. Let's grow here together.
Products and services by Johnson Financial Group Companies, Johnson Bank and Johnson Wealth Incorporated.
WTMJ Time Saver Traffic Alert. We are still watching northbound I-41, Debbie.
Yeah, it is still closed northbound, and right at just after Appleton Avenue is where the actual issue happened. It's a crash and a load shift on the back of a semi. And they've got cranes out there trying to fix this thing. I mean, I can see it's kind of off-center, so I'm hoping that they're able to get out there. Everybody's kind of walking around and looking at it right now, but we've got a couple of cranes and a bunch of tow trucks out there trying to help out with this. Unfortunately, the damage is done. We've got big delays coming up from North Avenue all the way up to that scene. Your best bet would be to exit before Silver Spring, head west to Lilly. That turns into Pilgrim Road, and you can get back onto the freeway that way. But yeah, they've also got the Silver Spring on-ramp blocked off, so you can't go northbound. Southbound, they still are working on this other accident at Hampton. This is off on the left shoulder. Delays coming in from just past Good Hope Road down past Capitol, almost to Burleigh. Southbound 43, we've got just heavy delays from south of Brown Deer Road to Bender, back on the brakes from before Hampton down past Keefe. On northbound 43, actually technically 94, starting to slow down from just north of the airport spur into the Mitchell interchange and around up to Oklahoma Avenue, and more pockets of heavy traffic right past Fond du Lac Avenue to north. Eastbound 94, you're backing up 76 to 35th, westbound 35th Street to Hawley Road. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
I think we're about to run out of traffic music there.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on. Let me get you quickly the forecast for today and tomorrow. Sunshine and beautiful skies today. High of 81, a little bit cooler lakeside. 57 the low tonight, and more nice weather as the humidity moves in on Thursday. Partly cloudy and warm with a high of 88.
This is just one of those days on the roads. That situation on 4145 northbound. So they've been trying to deal with that shifted payload on that flatbed for hours now. This was before 6A when this initially started, and here they still are. It looked like they were trying to move some of that onto another truck, but you can't drive if that. I mean, that's really heavy equipment they have on there. What would you say that is? It looks like slabs of concrete,
planks of something, either concrete or wood or something, but that it was hanging off the side of the flatbed. So if you can imagine, it's the front end of a semi, 18-wheeler, and then on the back, it's a flatbed carrying multiple layers of some sort of material, clearly shifted off to the side. So either it looked to me like they were either trying to restabilize it on the original truck or move it off and get it onto another semi so they can just get these guys off the freeway and open it back up. And remember, in this construction zone, there is no shoulder.
Yeah, it's just those two lanes.
You got two lanes in the tunnel there about and nowhere to go.
And anyone who's ever tried to strap something on their car or tow something behind them, they know how payloads can shift on you too, and this is a lot more heavier.
These are professionals. It's not you and me. I ain't going nowhere.
The mattress is fine. Don't worry about
the ratchet strap and the bungee cord, and you got to shake it once. That ain't going nowhere.
I think we can get that there.
Yeah, no, I think it's there. Right. You gonna take the freeway? Yeah, it's good.
Let's put your arm up there.
It's not even moving here. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully we can get that thing back open, but the ripple effects will be felt for some time. 7:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
So I was talking with another real estate agent who has been in the business even longer than I have, with a couple of other big-name companies. He was talking about how it's tough to compete with us because we have good agents and we charge less commission. And he even said that he lost a few listings to us, and it always bothered him because he realized that he was doing everything that we were doing, but he was charging more. We do charge less, and we do everything that a full-service agency does because we are full-service real estate agents. The only difference is we give you our very best commission rate up front. You do pay for what you get. And with Century 21 Benefit Realty for 1.9% on the listing side of your home, with a cap of $19,000 commission on any size home, you can get full-service experienced agents, MLS marketing, professional photos, even virtual walkthroughs, and everything you get from any other big-name agent, all under the umbrella of the Century 21 brand. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
We've heard so much about Jacob Mizorowski, and rightfully so. The Miz has been downright incredible this year. Well, his teammate Kyle Harrison is saying, hold my beer.
This is incredible. I mean, we're watching a Miz-like performance and maybe even one-upping something Miz could do.
At one point, 12 of the outs, 10 of them were strikeouts for Harrison. He ultimately would end up with 12 strikeouts over the Giants in 5 2/3 as the Brewers rolled to an 8-3 victory over the Giants, the team that drafted him. He said that it was not personal, but he was excited to pitch against his old team. Harrison's scoreless streak would last 23 innings. It would finally be snapped by who else but Willie Adames, a solo shot.
Thanks,
but
Willie.
It was okay. The game would end up being in the Brewers' hands. So Harrison admits it was really exciting to be out there.
Excited to get out there, man. You know, I don't know. It's like playing against your buddies. You know, you want to beat them in a competitive game, right? So, yeah, just really excited, honestly.
Yeah, he was with the Giants last year, so you'll appreciate this. So Pat Murphy, after the game, and of course there's San Francisco reporters in the room and all that as well. He was asked, how did you untap the potential that we all saw in this guy, but clearly hadn't been found yet?
We all knew he had this potential in San Francisco. What's allowed him to access this?
You act like you knew. You didn't know. You didn't think about him again until he started doing well. Now you're like, yeah, we knew he had it. Strike that from the record, your comment. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I like to be like that. And kind of I'm too old to be nice. You know what I mean? So what was your question again?
Brewers and Giants again tonight.
What was happening in there?
On WTMJ Radio.
Interesting nugget coming out of Green Bay Packers OTAs. Head coach Matt LaFleur confirming the Packers will have a joint practice with the Arizona Cardinals coming up this summer. Cardinals are coming in for that final preseason game on the Packers schedule, the only one at Lambeau Field.
We are, yes. Unless my brother pulls a fast one on me, which I wouldn't put it past him either.
Yes, our guy's brother, Mike LaFleur, is the new head coach in Arizona. So that should be a fun week.
Oh, yeah.
To finish out the
That's
preseason.
Awesome. Yeah.
So joint practice always gets interesting as well. Now you have the brothers thing. And did you have dinner last night? Is he going to stay at dude's house?
That would be
your
amazing.
brother stay at your house? But he's your brother.
I mean, they at least have dinner with the family together,
You
right?
would have to, right? 7:48, we can ask Tauscher about it next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Tyler Kolek and the New York Knicks face off against the Spurs in Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight in Texas, and Las Vegas wins Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group, with over 40 years of experience saving businesses money. I want to speak to you small business owners and make a bold statement. I will bet you our team can put at least $25,000 in your pocket. Yes, you heard right. $25,000. We work closely with small businesses to help them use tax strategies, along with developing processes and procedures to make their business generate cash to keep in their pocket. Our team has saved clients thousands of dollars by using our knowledge and experience to develop strategies tailored to your business. Would you like to see if you can do it? Your only cost is 33 minutes of your time. That's right, just 33 minutes, and who knows how much you can pocket. Remember, you earned it, we help you keep it. Call us at 414-325-2040 and ask the $25,000 question. That's 414-325-2040. Or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net.
This report sponsored by Exterior Pros and Baths. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation. Don't just upgrade, transform your home. From bold exteriors to breathtaking baths, Exterior Pros makes it happen. Exterior Pros. Trust the pros.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Time saver traffic at 7:51. This WTMJ traffic alert still in effect, Debbie?
Yes, it is. Yep. Northbound 41 is closed. Just north of Appleton Avenue is where we had a crash involving a semi that basically shifted its load. On northbound, we do have the Silver Spring on-ramp closed, and you'll be diverted off there. So your best bet would be to get off the freeway, head west to Lilly, take that north, turns into Pilgrim Road, gets back onto the freeway that way. So delays obviously are going to be pretty hefty, though. So we got backups north of North Avenue all the way up to Silver Spring. On the southbound side, accident at Hampton still being worked on. It's on the left shoulder. Delays coming in from before Appleton Avenue all the way down past the accident scene at Hampton and all the way down past Capitol Drive. We got westbound 94 backing up from Mitchell Boulevard, actually 35th Street, all the way to Hawley Road, back on the brakes from Highway 100 to the county line and around Moreland Road as well. Eastbound is slowing down right past Highway F to Springdale. You'll be back on the brakes from 76th Street all the way to 35th. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Sunny and beautiful today. Another gorgeous one, a high of 81 inland. Tonight, clear and comfortable, low of 57. A little bit warmer tomorrow, a high of 88. Friday, looks like rain and storms are likely, and a high on Friday of 85. Your forecast sponsored by Big Fish Contracting. Visit bigfishcontracting.com and tune into today's Brewers pregame show for the Big Fish Roof Update.
Idea Man.
Tell you what, man, the real veterans, the guys that are on there, they'll have like their second or third kid when they're playing.
Innovator.
I'm convinced guys would plan their whole process out.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
So about early August, they're going to have that baby.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Combo platter for you today this morning, Tausch. Want to talk a Brewers potential trade here in a moment. But first, Packers running back Josh Jacobs back at practice in OTAs. Here's his teammate Jordan Love responding to the question of, was it awkward when you saw your guy?
No. And, I'm just going to leave some of the stuff we've talked about and everything kind of internally, but no. Knowing who Josh is, no.
Tausch, I think the question was more like, what was that first moment? How do you how you been?
Good. Yeah. You're looking well.
You're looking well. Anything going on?
Yeah, that's. I think it's that whole scenario. Obviously, is incredibly tricky, right? With how this is all played out. And I don't know about you guys. I was really surprised when they decided to say you can come out and play, and you can go out and practice. I thought that they would wait and give it a couple of weeks until all of this was kind of figured out, and that never actually transpired.
And I don't know whether that suggests that the Packers are somehow confident that it will resolve itself without criminal charges ultimately being filed, right?
Isn't that kind of what we all, anticipate? Because you're always, especially from an organizational standpoint, you're always going to kind of err on that side of caution, letting things figure themselves out. And, it's amazing how quickly things can change in 1 week, because a week ago, 10 days ago or whatever it was, we were sitting here having that conversation and it was like, oh my God, how is this, going to affect the team roster and all this other stuff? And then a week later, he's back out practicing. So I think from the Josh Jacobs side of that, you feel like things are probably trending in the right direction, or I don't think Green Bay probably has him come out and practice.
You want to talk Brewers for a second?
Yeah, I want you to play that. Who's that guy?
So this is Joel Sherman. He's a New York Post MLB writer. He is not proposing he's not proposing that the Brewer, he's not, how do I say this? He's not reporting, Tausch, that the Brewers are in the talks of trading, but he is suggesting the Brewers should trade and send valuable pieces to the Detroit Tigers for Tyreek Skubal, because if you put Skubal with Harrison and the Miz, he says no one would want to play you.
They don't like to give up future value because they want to be good every year. Man, there's only one chip given out a year, and I think they could get the chip. Wow. And this would be a year to go and do something uncomfortable, because who would want to play them?
So is it time to do something uncomfortable and trade again for a rental piece?
I'll tell you this. I don't know. I trust Matt Arnold. If that's what he thinks, it feels as if, and I said this a couple days ago, I don't know why anybody would trade with Matt Arnold. He wins. It feels like he wins every trade that he makes. So I would be a little bit leery, because I think Skubal has some elbow issues, or there's some things injury-wise that he's unable to go. And so if he can prove that he's back and he is going to be that dominant, number one, along with Miz, old boy, whoever that is right there, is 100% right. I mean, nobody's going to want to face the Milwaukee Brewers, just with Miz being as awesome as he's been, and obviously Harrison is backing him up. You get 3 really one starters. That is a nightmare for anybody that's playing in the playoffs. So I think we all have, as sports fans, have this, we need to go all in. And, we saw that with the Rams doing Myles Garrett. We all want to see that, but especially when you're a small market team and you're constantly having to kind of worry about some of the financials of things, when you make these big, bold moves like we did, obviously, back in 2008 with Sabathia, if it can work as well as CC Sabathia, I'm in. But I'll say, I just trust Matt Arnold 1,000% that he is always going to have the best interest. And it feels like every time he makes a move, it's the right move. So if that's what he thinks, I'd listen to him over John Sherman or whoever that guy just was.
Well, think about this. Brandon Woodruff could come back strong. We don't know, but Woody's on track to come back. I mean, imagine that. Then you'd have 4 legitimate number ones almost in your starting rotation. My concern is long game, and I'm with you. And you can't know going in. That's the art of the deal, right? In this case, whether or not it's all going to work out. If you could promise me, look, you may mortgage a few years, but you're going to win a World Series, take it every time. That said, I don't want to lose a possible Jackson Chourio type situation with some of our top guys. Jesus Made, Luis Pena, Jet Williams, our top prospects. I don't want to lose, especially with Made.
But no,
would you have to give that up?
Be prepared. If you want to swing with the big boys, sometimes you're going to have to give up a piece.
Unless you're LA and you just buy them all.
The Dodgers don't have to do that. The Yankees don't. But, I don't. That's the thing. And the other part of this is, again, if he was 100% healthy and rolling, I think Eric's points are a lot more valid. Yeah. But when you're talking about somebody that's going to be down 3 months, but Matt Arnold, we trust you.
7:58. Thanks, Tausch, on Wisconsin's Morning News.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
Mark Reinhardt is IT manager at ACS Group. Mark, your company has had business technology from James Imaging Systems for years. Right out of the blocks, would you recommend James to others?
Yes, I've had nothing but a great experience with James Imaging Systems, and I would definitely want to share that with others.
A great experience in what way?
I think it's just a personal touch. They actually listen to our needs, walking our business, and finding out what solutions we need to do our job better.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation, adding up to more bang for your business technology dollar.
Yeah, we are absolutely getting a return on investment on the dollars we're spending with James Imaging Systems.
Mark, safe to say ACS Group is happy?
Very happy with James Imaging Systems. People are smiling.
Put a smile on your face with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
1896, Horicon Bank first opened its doors. Wisconsin wasn't even 50 years old.
We've maintained our roots over the years and yet expanded.
We empower our people to invest in the community. We give them 40 hours of volunteer time.
We're doing it with a personal touch, with a desire to say yes to our customers.
You shouldn't have to work with a bank that sends their profits to New York City or Toronto. You can keep your money here and it benefits Wisconsin.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Let me tell you the story of Jack the Giant Slayer.
1-2 pitch, and he lines one into right, coming in is Churio, diving, did he make the catch? He sure did! Jackson Churio!
The Brewers clash with the Giants tonight at American Family Field. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts at 6:05. This series is sponsored by the Hot House Tavern, Left's Lucky Town, and Revere's Well Street Tavern. We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8 o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. It is Wednesday, June 3rd, our top story. A major traffic situation on 41 northbound, right to Debbie Lozigan.
Yeah, northbound 41 is closed right now at Silver Spring for an accident that happened with a flatbed semi just north of Appleton Avenue. This is in the construction zone where everything has been shifted over to the left to southbound lanes, so it's kind of a tight squeeze through there. We've got basically Silver Springs on-ramp blocked off. You can't go northbound, and a bunch of cranes out there trying to help out with the load shift on this semi, so it's going to be there for a while. I would get off earlier than that, maybe head over westbound to Lily Road. That turns into Pilgrim Road, and that connects back onto 41 northbound. Other than that, we've got your usual backup, southbound 43 from Good Hope Road all the way to Bender Road, then back on the brakes just south of Silver Spring down to about Burleigh, actually, on 43. Northbound, we've got delays from Fond du Lac Avenue up to north. Also some delays on northbound 94 through the Mitchell Interchange up past Oklahoma Avenue. You're seeing delays almost up to the KK River. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, 77 near Lakeside High, 81 inland with sunny skies. Clear and comfortable conditions overnight and a low of 57. Milwaukee at 56. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a federal judge set to hear arguments today in the case of former Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan.
Today's hearing replaces what was originally scheduled as Dugan's sentencing date. Back in April, Judge Lynn Edelman rejected Dugan's request for a new trial or acquittal, but her attorneys continue to challenge aspects of the case. A jury convicted Dugan last year of felony obstruction after prosecutors say she helped an undocumented immigrant avoid a federal immigration arrest inside the Milwaukee County Courthouse. Dugan resigned from the bench earlier this year. She faces a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison. Outside the federal courthouse in downtown Milwaukee, Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Today's hearing set for 10 a.m.
The Pentagon is reporting that it shot down a wave of Iranian drones targeting U.S. forces in Kuwait, but the administration says a deal with Iran to end the war is still possible.
All of this comes as it is really unclear where diplomatic efforts to end this war now stand. Secretary of State Marco Rubio told lawmakers yesterday that a deal, quote, could happen today, it could happen tomorrow, it could happen next week. But he cautioned there's no guarantee that it would be acceptable to the Senate or the American people. And the president was asked in an interview about the weeks of whiplash and why he seems to be changing his stance on Iran so often. Trump saying, quote, it's just the way I am.
ABC's Mary Bruce, the Kuwaiti airport was hit by drone fire as well. Iran claims it is suspending its ceasefire and peace talks.
Milwaukee elections officials will have outside legal help as the FBI continues asking about Wisconsin's 2020 election. Common Council approved hiring outside counsel. Federal agents have contacted elections officials and Milwaukee police officers. The FBI has not publicly commented on the investigation. City leaders say they will cooperate with any requests from federal authorities, but they continue to stand by the results of that 2020 election.
They are counting votes this morning in California from Tuesday night's primary in the most populated state in the country.
Today in the two big races here in California, only one candidate is yet known heading into November.
We want to bring change to our our city.
LA Mayor Karen Bass has enough votes to advance to the runoff. Former reality TV star Spencer Pratt is leading challenger Nithya Raman to be the candidate going up against Bass in November. And in the governor's race here, Republican Steve Hilton is leading in votes being counted to be in November's general election, followed by former HHS Secretary Javier Becerra. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Decision, Wisconsin Democratic gubernatorial candidate Francesca Hong says she has paid off a credit card debt after a lawsuit brought the issue into the spotlight. Milwaukee Journal Sentinel reporting Capital One filed the suit last week, alleging Hong had nearly $30,000 in unpaid charges and stopped making minimum payments. Hong's campaign says the debt came from business expenses and has since been resolved. Primary election coming up August 11th.
Governor Evers says tariffs continue to impact Wisconsin's agriculture industry.
Evers made the comments while kicking off his annual June Dairy Month tour, highlighting the state's dairy industry and issues affecting farmers. The governor says tariffs continue to create uncertainty for producers.
I would say that tariffs haven't necessarily worked in the way that farmers are being helped. The cost of farming is going up and their return is going down, and that's a bad place to be.
President Donald Trump is expected to visit Chippewa County on Friday to discuss agriculture and rural economic issues with Wisconsin farmers. In Waukesha, Nazir Spencer, WTMJ News.
Coming up, warm weather means more encounters with ticks. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:06. News is brought to you by Axis Legal. Worn down by work? Contact Axis Legal, AXIS Legal, today.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Axis Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Axis Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scavidi. Celebrate active aging at the Enjoy Life Symposium. Join Capri communities and adults 55 plus for a free high-energy day at the Enjoy Life Acting Aging Symposium. Live entertainment, a senior fashion show, and speakers like, get this, Melinda Myers and Chef Michael Fecker, the Ukuladies, and Milwaukee's Dancing Grannies. Capri Communities brings it all together for one unforgettable day, Wednesday, June 10th at Elmbrook Church in Brookfield. Register now at EnjoyLifeSymposium.com, and you'll be entered to win a Green Bay game day experience. That's EnjoyLifeSymposium.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests.
That's WTMJ.com/contests.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:07.
More dogs are leaving that controversial breeding and research facility in Dane County.
Ridgeland Farms is releasing 135 beagles this week. The two rescue groups involved in the first deal also bought this batch.
We've made it very, very clear that we want all the dogs, and they have told us if and when at the time they're ready to release them, they will let us know, which was this case.
Lori Simmons is the founder and CEO of Big Dog Ranch Rescue. Her group gets half. Center for Humane Economy gets the other half.
We will just keep waiting it out and praying that each and every one of the dogs get the wonderful life that the ones that have already come out are getting.
Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
Even after this new release, still estimated Ridgeland Farms will have a few hundred beagles.
The City of Milwaukee's leaf collection drama is resolved, at least for now. Residents can still rake leaves to the curb for pickup this fall, or they can bag them, or they can mulch them. Alderman Scott Spiker on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
Scores of phone calls and emails from residents saying, what am I going to do? Can't get the leaves bagged up, brought to the curb. I'm a senior. I'm having difficulty. And the commissioner, after we directed those calls and emails, said, you can rake your leaves. And if you want to bag them, go ahead, but we'll collect leaves right to the curb.
So the council did pass a resolution that requires the Public Works Department to communicate any future policy changes.
Summertime activities returning to Wisconsin, and so too then do concerns over ticks and the diseases some carry with them.
Recent years have seen a spike in reported cases of Lyme disease across Wisconsin, with 2024 setting a new record. Marquette University's Dr. Chelsea Cook says warmer falls and winters mean ticks have more chances to spread disease.
If we don't have hard, cold winters that allows ticks
us to have an easier time to survive.
Experts are also monitoring the spread of Lone Star ticks, whose bite can cause an allergic reaction called alpha-gal syndrome in some people. Wearing layers while outdoors and applying pest repellent remains the best way to prevent tick-borne illnesses. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
We still got part of I-41 northbound closed in the Menominee Falls area. We'll get an update from Debbie. This WTMJ Time Saver Traffic Alert next.
From sliding framed, semi-frameless, or frameless glass shower doors to heavy all-glass custom enclosures that can be built to fit any opening, at Less is Glass, we cover all the bases. But our biggest strength isn't only our selection. It's in our installation experience. We've been around nearly 40 years, and you only last that long if your installers leave the job the way your customers expect it to be left. Other places can sell you a glass shower enclosure, and some of those big guys may even be able to do it for a little cheaper. But the question you need to ask yourself is, will the job be done right? So remember, paying for quality only hurts once, but it does feel good when you get what you expect. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Having a plan and having a strategy, those are not the same thing. Vince Vitrano here for Margle Media. That is a Milwaukee-based, full-service digital marketing agency that will help your business grow. Maybe you've tried it. You've been out there on social media. You bought a few ads. That's fine, but what's your overall goal? What do you want that marketing to do? Who are you targeting with your ads? Why are they running when they are, on the platforms that they are? If you don't have answers to a few of these basic questions, what you don't have is a strategy. No worries, though. Margle takes it from here. Shane and his team, they are experienced professional experts in digital marketing. They will align your business goals with the right digital solutions and deliver measurable results. The initial consultation is free, so nothing to lose by reaching out and hearing from them. And tell them Vinny sent you. Margle Media, MARGLE media.com.
Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management.
We have a contractual agreement that we give our clients, this fiduciary standard of care. We also say fee-only fiduciary. So a lot of people are kind of twisting it these days and saying, I'm a fiduciary some of the time. I call them part-time fiduciaries. And that's the reason why we say fee-only fiduciary. That means we do not accept commissions.
Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Time saver traffic at 8:12. We are still closed northbound on 41, Debbie.
Yes. Northbound 41 completely closed down. Just north of Appleton Avenue, there was a crash involving a semi that the load got all messed up and all that stuff. So, and this is in the construction zone where everything has already been shifted to the southbound lanes. So it's a tight squeeze anyway. So what they did was they closed off the freeway at Silver Spring. As a matter of fact, the Silver Spring on-ramp is closed as well. So you can't get onto the freeway that way. And the delays are pretty nasty coming up from North Avenue all the way past Capitol Drive at this point. Your best bet would be to get off, head west to Lilly, take that turns into Pilgrim Road and reconnects to the freeway that way. On the southbound side, we do have a crash at Hampton that's still being worked on the left shoulder. Delays coming in from Good Hope Road. Oh, by the way, crash on the ramp from Watertown Plank Road to northbound 41 as well, so that's complicating matters as well. Westbound 94, you're seeing delays right through the Stadium interchange to Holly Road, back on the brakes from Highway 100 all the way to Calhoun, eastbound from 76th Street to 35th. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, a high of 81 today with 77 degrees high at the lake. Sunshine, beautiful skies, clear and comfortable tonight, low down to 57. Milwaukee's at 56.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Eric Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
8:14 on Wisconsin's Morning News. She was supposed to be sentenced today. Instead, a federal judge will hear arguments in a defense motion to throw out the jury's guilty verdict.
Still happening today.
Now, this gets the still happening today branding as this case will not seem to find ultimate resolution. And regardless of what happens today, the judge's decision expected to be appealed. This is the case of former Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan.
Ms. De La Rosas, take your client out and come back and get a date. Okay?
Judge Dugan found guilty late last year of felony obstruction. She helped a man who was in the country illegally, also charged with a violent crime, appearing before her in court. Helped that guy evade arrest by ICE agents at the Milwaukee County Courthouse. Now, Dugan's legal team prior to trial asked federal judge Lynn Edelman to throw out the case. He didn't. It went to trial. Dugan was convicted. Her legal team then asked the judge to set aside that verdict.
I would just say the case is a long way from over.
Truer words never spoken. Lead attorney for Judge Dugan, Steve Biskupik, there. The judge denied that motion to set aside the verdict. Dugan was supposed to be sentenced today. Instead, her team is trying again to get the verdict thrown out. And that brings us to today, a hearing on that latest motion. Before he heads to court to continue his coverage of the case for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, investigative reporter John Dietrich is with us on Wisconsin's Morning News. John, did I essentially capture the timeline here?
Yeah, you sure did, Vinny. Good job.
All right. Well, I read all your stuff, so I'm up to date. So tell us what happens today, John. Have the arguments in any way changed as I detailed? Judge Dugan's legal team has tried every which way to get Judge Lynn Edelman to toss this case or toss the verdict. What, if anything, has substantially changed?
Well, I think it's important to note they have been trying really since indictment, shortly after arrest, to get the case tossed for along various ways. Immunity, that the judge was immune, that these agents were not authorized to make this arrest in the courthouse, and then that the statute was really being bent to fit the facts. What's a little bit different here is that the reason they asked for a reconsideration on their motion, this motion was already turned down by Judge Edelman, and that's when he set sentencing. The reason they asked for reconsideration is just days after Judge Edelman issued his order. A case that he cited along the way in the pendency of this case was overturned. And so this is a case that involves an ICE arrest in Virginia, and the Fourth Circuit overturned it. And so that just was important in that, and that's a case of what they call first impression. So that's important because, here another district has weighed in. Now, that doesn't say that the judge here has to do that. We're in the Seventh Circuit. That's the Fourth Circuit. But that is important. The other thing that's important here is that Judge Edelman, while he set aside this, he has not held any hearings on any of the earlier motions. This is the first time he's held orals on this. So that could be a signal, maybe, that he's taken this, more under consideration, and we'll see where it goes.
That's interesting, John, because one of the questions that we kept asking ourselves here was just how unprecedented this was, or if this was just kind of standard ops following a conviction to just kind of keep going back and forth and asking for things to be vacated.
Well, it is standard, after, a guilty verdict's returned, there'll be a motion to vacate that, and that's pretty standard. Usually it gets, set aside right away by the judge. This was different in that right away he wanted more time. He wanted to give the defense more time, so they didn't set a sentencing right away. And so that was all, significant. And it's not uncommon for a high-flying defense team like we have here to really make every argument, especially in this kind of case, first of its kind to ever go to trial in the United States, in the history of the United States. So it is important in that way. The timing is unusual that you would get, a motion or a ruling just days after, sort of a court order came out. And so that timing is a little bit, but it's not uncommon for, a strong defense team to be continuing to make a strong defense.
John Dietrich is with us from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. He's about to head to court, set to begin at 10 o'clock this morning in the case of former Judge Hannah Dugan. John, have you talked even off the record with Judge Dugan? I'm curious what her play is here.
What the motivation is?
As no one believes that she'll get a prison sentence, right? And so she's already resigned from the bench. So life for her, regardless of what happens here, would not be expected to change substantially regardless. So is the play really about the larger themes that you just addressed?
It is. I haven't spoken to Judge Dugan directly. I should note, talking to those who are close to her, she's really lived a very small sort of cloistered life since this happened. She just has family around her and a couple close friends, but she really isn't talking to anybody right now, as we're hearing. And but we do talk to the team, and it's clear that you're right. I mean, in the end, the sentencing, Judge Edelman is known as a liberal judge, and he doesn't always go this direction, but it would be unlikely for him, very unlikely, to give prison. And even if it was another judge, unlikely to, to nonviolent crime and first-time offender, all this kind of stuff. So the fact, though, that you have a team with a former U.S. attorney, you have Paul Clement, the former solicitor of the United States, ready to argue this at the Seventh Circuit and the Supreme Court if necessary. There is really a more of a precedent setting. What does this mean for the rule of law, separation of the executive branch, the undue influence on local judges, that sort of thing. Now, on the prosecution side, hey, it's very clear from their side that she violated the law. I mean, that was their argument throughout, and the jury did find, in a mixed verdict, but they did find her guilty on the felony. And so, depending on which side, both sides make very strong arguments. I would expect that again today. But I do think, as you say, this is on a principle here.
Is a decision made today, or could a decision even be made today?
It could. It's unlikely. Usually judges will take it under advisement and sort of come back with an order later, because this is going to be so scrutinized. And, the ruling in the Fourth Circuit maybe makes this even more likely to end up at the Supreme Court. So they want to make a very strong record. And I suspect that may be part of what we're doing here today, is getting all this on the record. This will all be transcribed, no matter who, sort of wins today. If the judge should set this aside, the government will certainly appeal. Whoever appeals, there'll be a very robust record going up to the Seventh Circuit. So I would suspect it probably wouldn't be too long after today, but I don't think a ruling will come today, but not too long after today.
John Dietrich, great work for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel.
Yes,
John,
sir.
appreciate your time this morning.
John.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So all indications following that conversation, Eric, is that I should keep the...
Still happening today.
Keep that handy.
It sure sounds like it.
Nothing will be resolved today. And again, important for you all to note, video or sound, you won't have that from inside the court. No cameras, no recording devices in federal court. So we will rely on the reporting from John and from others that come out of the hearing. WTMJ, we will have our reporter Elizabeth Linton in reporting live for us coming up in our next hour. She's going to be in court at 10 o'clock.
Speaking of still happening right now, Debbie Lazga.
Yes.
4145.
Yes, it's still a big pain in the. So northbound 41 is closed right now. You cannot get on, cannot continue past Silver Spring. It's an accident that happened with a semi. Shifted its load, and they are trying to set it right. And it is taking a while. So the best bet would be to get off the freeway, head west to Lilly, take that north, turns into Pilgrim Road, connect right back to 41, and continue on your merry way. Unfortunately, we do have delays into that area. Well, pretty typical anyway, from North Avenue all the way up past Capitol Drive. Southbound side, slowing down from Appleton as folks slow down to take a peekaboo. And we got more delays all the way to Capitol Drive. Westbound 94, slowing down right through the stadium to Hawley Road, back on the brakes out of the Zoo interchange to the county line and past Moreland Road. Eastbound's backed up basically just before 70th Street all the way to 35th. And then we've got delays northbound 4394 coming out of the Mitchell interchange around the Plainfield curve up to Oklahoma Avenue, and then back on the brakes from Beecher to the base of the high-rise bridge. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Spring has arrived in the Geneva Lakes region, and there is no better place to welcome the season than the award-winning Lake Lawn Resort. Enjoy lakeside dining at 1878 on the lake, golf for all ages and abilities at Majestic Oaks, relaxing spa experiences at the award-winning Calidora Spa, and endless recreation opportunities along the resort's 2 miles of shoreline on beautiful Delavan Lake. Plan your spring getaway today at lakelawnresort.com and come find out for yourself why everything is better at the lake.
Replace before it breaks. Vince Vitrano here with some great advice and an offer from my HVAC guy, Ryan at Urban Heating and Cooling. Is your AC kind of struggling? Constantly needs little repairs, older than 12 years old? Time to start thinking about a new unit. Here's what Ryan can do for you. Through the end of June, get a high-efficiency air cleaner with the purchase of a new residential qualifying HVAC system. Urban Heating and Cooling will offer for you financing options to help you pay for it over time, and you get an honest, no-pressure assessment from a local family-owned company with a free estimate so you know exactly how much you're in for up front. Most breakdowns don't happen overnight. They start with small problems. So listen to your AC, maybe telling you it's on its last leg. Make sure you tell Janelle over there when you call that Vinny sent you. UrbanHeatingandCooling.com.
This message reaches 1 million people or more every week. Spreading the gospel is more than one voice speaking to 1 million. It is and must continue to be 1 million voices, each speaking to one, pointing them to our friend Jesus.
The Lutheran Hour with Dr. Michael Ziegler.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. You know, it's been more than 3 years since we got our garage door from J.D. Griffiths, and it still looks brand new. I'm telling you, it's quiet, it's smooth, and honestly, I didn't realize how much of a difference a quality door would make until we upgraded. J.D. Griffiths, they've been doing it for decades. They're local, trusted, and they handle everything. Try the website, jdgriffiths.com/WTMJ. Schedule your free consultation from J.D. Griffiths.
Let me tell you the story of Jack the Giant Slayer.
1-2 pitch, and he lines one into right, coming in is Churio, diving, did he make the catch? He sure did! Jackson Churio!
The Brewers clash with the Giants tonight at American Family Field.
Jackson Churio with a dazzling play.
Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts at 6:05. This series is sponsored by the Hot House Tavern, Left's Lucky Town, and Revere's Wells Street Tavern. We are the home of the Brewers.
Hey, 826 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Another nice day today. We'll get you your full storm team forecast coming up, but a high of 81 under sunny skies.
Remember the whale story?
Several World Cup-themed murals are popping up across Dallas ahead of the games, but one has a lot of people upset because it's replacing an iconic 30-year-old whale mural.
Yes. The Wyland Wall whale mural was being painted over in Dallas.
We have been watching this mural being painted over all week.
So Wyland, of course, may be a familiar sounding name to you because that's the same guy who painted the whale wall here. The courthouse annex there that was right by the Marquette interchange that was torn down. And actually, I think everyone agrees that it looked gorgeous to take that down, right? Because you saw the courthouse in all its glory now, and it looks very pretty without the wall there.
Sure.
Even defenders of the wall would argue it looks nice now, right?
The wall was a victim of the necessity of tearing down what we used to call the courthouse annex.
Yes.
It was that part that was built over the freeway.
Up now, and they're going to put new murals up, and this was a gift, and he is filing a lawsuit seeking you hear this public art conversation a lot, like in this case, it was a gift for you owe me money for that.
So let's break this down. First,
probably not even that long. I mean,
right.
It's not.
So can't you roll that back up and the whale wall is still there? The easy solution, I guess. But the larger question is, unless if he had a contract and someone's in violation of a contract, okay, fine. But look, man, if you got me a T-shirt for Christmas here and it was a gift to me, if that ultimately 10 years from now or 50 years from now or whatever the case may be here ends up at St. Vincent de Paul, so you have no case against me.
Isn't that
it was
interesting?
A gift.
Well, okay, so New York Times.
Are you going to sue me?
New York Times, the lawsuit, which was filed in the U.S. District Court, blah, 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 claims that by painting over ocean life, violated the Visual Artists' Rights Act of 1990, which gives artists the right to claim authorship of their work when it is publicly displayed.
Okay, well, didn't that already happen? They claimed authorship. It was been publicly displayed.
So
now that it has to exist in perpetuity?
Well, see, Without seeking Weiland's consent,
have a claim to that?
Without seeking his consent, defendants collectively caused the Dallas Wailing Wall mural to be intentionally painted over and permanently destroyed. No one obtained a written waiver or consent from Weiland as required under federal law.
Just call it the Wailing Wall. That's a totally different wall with some other issues.
Well, right.
The whale.
So it is wailing. I'm not making that up.
It's
it
rising
says
to
that.
It's rising to that level,
Right.
is it not?
But here's the thing that's even...
It has caused human strife for thousands of years.
Here's the part that it replicates the Milwaukee situation. I remember this was an issue.
Yeah, it was.
Weiland wasn't happy about it here. And what they did was they saved a little piece. So if you're down on 43, you can see it. There's a little piece of the whale wall still there forever. There is still a part of this wall that remains. So you can still see a little piece. It's like a two-sided building or two sides of the building were painted, and one of the sides still has a little bit of it. Could you argue, well, no, see, you're still here.
Yeah.
We didn't paint over that spot.
I'd just be careful if Weiland goes door to door and offers to paint your house. Wouldn't come into that. No, I'll do it for free. No, thank you, man. 8:31 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
I'm John Mercure, excited to be joined by Dr. Alex Young. He is the owner and founder of Connect Chiropractic, and Kim Knock. She's a patient and an employee at Connect. It's so good to see you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Dr. Alex, I want to start with you because, full disclosure, I'm also a patient. You put me in a place every single week where I know I'm going to be able to do the things I want to do pain-free. What makes Connect Chiropractic so unique?
Yeah, we take a different approach. Rather than looking at symptoms and chasing symptoms all day, we look at how your body's functioning. We want to get to the root cause of the problem and correct the root cause.
I love it because it's nuanced and it's gentle.
Absolutely, yeah. There's no twisting, no turning, no cracking, no popping. Very gentle, specific adjustments.
It is comfortable all the time. Kim, you've lived a life there with Connect and quite a journey. Tell us what brought you to Connect.
I did. In November of 24, I was in a car accident. I went for what people think you go to a chiropractor for is pain. So I went for pain in lower back and some whiplash. And previous in my life, I was diagnosed with needing carpal tunnel surgery. Partway through my care with their neurological test, those areas already flared up red because of what I was having with the car accident. I didn't tell them about the carpal tunnel pain. Partway through my care, when they started adjusting in my upper neck area, my numbness and tingling completely went away in my hands.
Wow.
I absolutely did not need carpal tunnel surgery. It was a misdiagnosis, so they saved me from surgery.
This is an amazing story. And Dr. Alex, intermittent pain, intermittent problems, they can be tough, but you guys always seem to get at the root of it.
Absolutely, yeah. We see people every day who, say they had a symptom last week, they took a pill, it went away, and now it's back this week, and they've probably been doing that for months or years or even longer. So it's something that, we need to listen to our body and take those symptoms as a warning sign and not just ignore them, not just cover them up.
It's really easy. Start your journey to feeling better. You deserve to feel better. Do that with my friends at Connect Chiropractic. GoConnectChiro.com. That's the website. GoConnectChiro.com. Connect with Connect. Dr. Alex, Kim, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Take your family to the amazing Mineshaft restaurant in Hartford for the all-you-can-eat Wednesday and Friday haddock fish fry for $8.99. Wow. You'll pay twice that elsewhere. Desserts or buy one, get one free. Google The Mineshaft. Call and reserve your table, The Mineshaft.
Traffic is sponsored by Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Design Exchange is where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
ABC News, I'm Sherry. Preston, vote counting continues in California in some of the biggest races on primary day. So far, there is only one projection in the two big races. Incumbent Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass moving on to the runoff.
We have led a grassroots campaign because we want to bring change to our city, and that's what we've been doing, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
It isn't clear who she may face, but it could be reality TV star Spencer Pratt. So far, no projections in the governor's race where dozens of people were running. Several people are still being held hostage at a bank in Bakersfield, California, by a man who claims to have a bomb. Officials in Kuwait say dozens of people are hurt and one was killed in an Iranian attack on the country's main airport. Over 400,000 Ford SUVs are being recalled. Federal officials say certain Expeditions and Lincoln Navigators from 2018 to 2022 could have an issue with their seat belts. This is ABC News.
Northbound 41 still shut down right at Silver Spring. Just north of that, we did have a crash there. That's why it's shut down. We've got a semi that had a load shift. So just be careful heading through that. We do have to get off at Silver Spring or points earlier. Head west to Lilly, take that north, and that turns into Pilgrim Road. You can connect to the freeway that way. On southbound 43, backing up from Good Hope Road and patches all the way down past Locust. Northbound slowing from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Locust. Westbound 94 slowing right through the Stadium interchange to Holly Road, and then just west of Highway 100 to Sunny Slope. Eastbound's backed up from 70th Street to 35th. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Your Storm Team forecast for today, 77 degrees, your lakeside high, 81 inland with sunny skies, clear and comfortable conditions overnight, and a low of 57. Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management market update. Just a few minutes off the opening bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average falling down almost 120 points to 51,189. S&P 500 is at 75.93. That's off 17. And the NASDAQ is down 72 to 27,026. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:36.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
ACS Group has business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. ACS Group's IT manager, Mark Reinhardt.
I feel James Imaging Systems, being local, I get to meet the people, see the people. They come in and find out what our needs are, and they're just great folks.
Great folks who partner with you and your business.
Absolutely. I categorize James Imaging Systems as a partner because they come in, again, sit down, understand our needs, listen to what things are bothering us, obstacles that we have, and they help bring us really cost-effective solutions.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation, and business technology expertise to help your business do business better.
That's huge for me and keeps us running smoothly, and we're able to focus on other things for this business.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
.39 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Told you on the program earlier this week that in Franklin they were going to debate the future of a gentleman's club on 27th Street, South 27th Street, right before you hit Racine County. It would be between Oakwood Road and 7 Mile Fair. 7 Mile Fair is actually in Racine, right? You're right over the border there?
Yes.
Hence the name On the Border.
Right. Yep,
okay,
yep.
You get that. So the club is in a little bit of trouble. They're having their license reviewed, now, which happens from time to time. Any sort of business, a bar, a restaurant, or whatever, you go before the licensing committee, renew your license. The reason that it's an issue, even though this place has been there since ever, is the club is at the center of a human trafficking investigation that is still ongoing. 4 men connected to the club have been charged and are due in court next month. So that is still pending, and now the club's license is up for renewal, and that's caused city leaders to be like, well, hang on there. So they had this meeting, Common Council, on Tuesday night.
Well, when did we ever have multiple abstentions?
I've never seen it in 10 years. 5 ayes, 1 abstention, motion carries, held over till the 16th, June 16th, 2026 meeting.
So this thing is not yet resolved. Looks like they'll go at it again later this month. The measure stalled after 3 council members voted in favor, but 3 abstained from the vote. And I've not dived further into the politics of that, but for whatever reason, there wasn't the votes necessary to bring this to a resolution to approve or to deny. So they kick it to this later meeting.
Doesn't sound like those abstentions happen very often.
But the indication there was this is odd. What's going on here? Are you up or down? And we don't have an up or down vote on the renewal for this. And we pointed out it's more interesting, I think, than it might otherwise have been. What is anybody but for those who patronize the business, which again has been there for quite some time. What, if any, what does somebody who lives in Sheboygan care? What about a strip club in southern Milwaukee County? Well, it's interesting because right across the street is the property where that giant Buc-ee's is supposed to go. And you just wonder if this investigation that was years in the making got to push forward, because now you're going to have a lot more traffic in through there, a lot of families coming to visit what will now be a destination in that part, and whether or not some city leaders are seeing this as an opportunity to perhaps remove the business that they might not have liked otherwise. Even though prior to this, to anyone's knowledge, it had operated legally and reputably.
Right.
So we'll see how both the court process plays out, but also what they decide to do with the place in Franklin. And it looks like we're pushing that decision to later this month. 8:41 on Wisconsin's Morning News. We will continue to update the WTMJ Time Saver Traffic Alert. We are still in alert mode, Debbie.
We are still in alert mode. Northbound 41 is still closed. Alert. Everybody's alerting everywhere. Okay, we've got northbound backing up from before Burleigh all the way up to Silver Spring, where you will have to exit, if not earlier. And to get around this, your best bet would be to head west to Lilly, turns into Pilgrim Road, and connects back onto the freeway that way. That way you can just avoid all the headaches. Southbound, everybody's slowing down to take a look. So we've got backups from Good Hope Road all the way down past Hampton. We've got southbound 43. You've got backups from just before Hampton all the way past Locust. Westbound 94 tightening up from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound is slowing down from 70th Street all the way to 35th. And then we've got delays on the bypass heading eastbound from 60th past Loomis. And then on northbound 4394, slowing down around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Mark Olson here. Now is the time to declare your independence from the outdated kitchen during the Redo Cabinets 4th of July event. Redo Cabinets, where hundreds of homeowners have discovered the benefits of refacing old kitchen cabinets, celebrates America's 250th birthday. Redo Cabinets, where you'll find premium cabinet facings made here in the USA, and you could choose from dozens of colors, various hardware, and accessory selections. During the Redo Cabinets 4th of July celebration, get $1,776 off your entire cabinet project and a free backsplash, and no payments for 12 months. That's right, no payments until 2027. Incredible savings. Call us today for a free, no obligation consultation. Redo Cabinets. 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417. Or visit us online at redocabinets.com. Don't replace it, redo it with Redo Cabinets.
Hey everybody, Debbie Lazaga here with Milwaukee Weight Loss. Do you know the secret to losing up to a pound of fat every day? Well, at Milwaukee Weight Loss, they do know the secret. Their doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally, and safely with no drugs or injections with the risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Their program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Super important. Their program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. You got to go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com and schedule your free consultation like I did. I did end up losing 20 pounds on the program, so it can work. For a limited time, get $200 off with your summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Brewers broadcaster Jeff Leverett.
But the fact that Harrison goes right after Mizorowski, it's like, hey, I'm playing with house money. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to pitch my game. I'm going to do my thing. He hasn't allowed more than 2 runs in any start this year, fellas. It's a remarkable run what Kyle Harrison's done.
This is Brewers 360.
Brewers 360 sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Cannon and Dunphy.
One of the most dominant first 4 innings that you'll ever see completed by Harrison against his former team. He recorded 12 outs, and 10 of them were strikeouts. Unreal.
Absolutely dominating Kyle Harrison joining us, our Brewers play-by-play guy. Jeff Leverett on Wisconsin's Morning News and Brewers 360. I don't know what else there is to say about this guy, Jeff.
I mean, ride the wave, right? I mean, this is unbelievable stuff, and we thought we were seeing amazing things from Jacob Mizorowski each and every time he goes to the mound. We're seeing the same stuff from Kyle Harrison, and he's not getting any of the accolades that Mizorowski's getting because he doesn't throw 103 miles an hour. But I would take what Kyle Harrison is doing any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
You know what's interesting? We talked to manager Pat Murphy about it yesterday, but I brought up the whole the Bull Durham quote. Crash Davis tells young Nuke Lelouch, quit trying to strike everybody out. It's fascist. Throw some more ground balls. It's more democratic. I asked Murph, I'm like, if you're playing defense behind whether it's Miz or Kyle Harrison and they're fanning everybody, do you have to focus all the more to not lose? I mean, I'm telling you, if I were out in the outfield, I'd bring a lawn chair.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's almost a day off for the defense, which is great. But the thing is that Harrison doesn't do that every time. He's been in this stretch where for the last 7 starts, he is punching out a lot of guys. But 2 starts ago, he only struck out 2 batters, didn't walk anybody. So there are days where he pitches more to contact. It felt like yesterday he was throwing the baseball and the Giants had bats that had holes in it.
Right.
He was just getting so many swings and misses. He was throwing so many strikes. And yeah, there were some foul balls early. He had a 27-pitch first inning. 10 of those were to Rafael Devers. But at the same time, he got through it. And he just continues to be on a roll, and he's so humble about it after the ball game. Hey, listen, I'm just throwing my game. I had a good game plan with William, and here we go. So good for him, and I think he's setting the bar to what he can be for the rest of the year, too.
Of course, he was drafted by the Giants, and Murph even said after that first inning, he said, hey, man, okay, let's settle in now. I get it that it's the Giants, but it's time to let that go and go ahead and just pitch. And obviously he listened.
Yeah, after that, he struck out 8 of the next 10 batters, and at one point, eight consecutive outs were on strikeouts. So I think he locked it in. Whatever he needed to do, he locked it back in from there and just straight up dominated. I know he wanted to get through 6, gave up the homer to Adames, and then walked the next hitter, but he was unbelievable for 5 2/3 innings yesterday.
I know it's early and all of that, but still, we get to be fans and we get to speculate and get all excited about different things. But I also know they have a lot of time to fill on MLB Network. However, one of the conversations they're having now is, boy, you know which team should go after a Cy Young rental like Tyreek Skubal? It should be someone like the Brewers. And Vince cringes at that idea of going after a rental and throwing a couple of future pieces.
A hurt rental.
Okay,
a hurt right now rental.
Okay.
But go ahead.
For now.
Because obviously you don't know what you're going to get for sure. My contention is, man, you only get an opportunity at getting to the show, the big World Series every so often. And if the window is there, sometimes you got to do something uncomfortable to go get there.
It does cost you something in order to acquire something, right? And we saw the Brewers do this in 2018. We saw the Brewers do it in 2019 to go for it. And they had really good seasons. This is not the first time that they have been linked to superstars. That is a big price tag, though, because he's making $30 million this year as Tarik Skubal. So you're on the hook for the rest of the season unless the Tigers pick up the rest of that check. Plus, you're going to have to give up significant capital with your prospects. Now, the Brewers have plenty of prospects. They're the number 1 farm system in Major League Baseball. Do they have what it takes to get a guy like Tarik Skubal? Absolutely they do. But do they want to pull the trigger and have a guy for 2 months give or take. And, he is coming back from that surgery with the loose bodies. It's the first time anybody's ever had that surgery in their elbows in that type of fashion. So I can understand Vince's apprehensiveness to it. But it would be amazing to have Miz, Harrison, Scooble, not necessarily in that order, but good luck.
Yeah, just so we're clear on my position here. If you promise me that he's CC Sabathia when he comes in and does that, I'm all for it. And I don't care if you mortgage the team for the next 10 years. Fine, I'm all for the win now and get me to the World Series. That's my apprehension there is the injury.
Yeah, but you can't make that promise. Nobody can make that promise.
No, make it to me.
We're not promised anything.
Let me ask you one more, and this on the offensive side here. Lefo, it occurs to me the other night as the Brewers put up 16 runs without a home run, how hard that must be to actually do. I believe I counted 49 plate appearances because you have the walks in there and the others and the sacks. But how do you come to the plate 50 times and not get a home run?
And then in the first inning, hit a 3-run home run last night.
Right.
That's just the way it is. But the Brewers, this is what the Brewers do. They had the 7-run second inning 2 nights ago. It was the third time this year that the Brewers have scored 7 or more runs in an inning without hitting a home run. I mean, that's hard to do in one season.
Right.
Let alone do it 3 times in the course of one season.
Is this bad?
It just goes to show that no,
is it bad?
I don't
Does
think
it
it's
matter?
bad at all because you could score runs in a number of different ways. I think the Brewers are proving that. I mean, when the Brewers scored 4 runs in the 8th inning yesterday, didn't hit a home run, it's a bloop base hit, it's a walk, it's an error, it's all these different things. There's a lot of different ways to score runs, and putting pressure on the defense is number one, and that's what the Brewers do.
So we have to get to the roads because 41-45 has been shut down all morning long. Have you seen that up close?
It's nasty. It is no bueno, I can tell you that much right now. Avoid 41 North and 41 South at all costs. Debbie, I'm not taking your job, I swear. But having seen that, get off of that road.
If you start giving alternate routes level, we'll have to adjust your pay grade
He'll
here.
get his junior traffic reporter's badge.
I like that.
I'm all in.
Jeff Levering with us, Brewers play-by-play
Thank you,
man.
buddy.
Brewers and Giants will go again tonight. Thanks, Levo.
You got it. See you guys.
All right, your turn now, Debbie.
All right. Yeah, what we were talking
Unless
about.
you have a Brewers report you want to offer. Anything you noticed?
No, they hit the ball and then they go running and then it looks great.
Yes, they play the baseball.
I'm right. Yay, ball. Northbound 41 closed at Silver Spring. You're going to want to get off earlier than that, though, because it's a big old headache. We got big delays from before Burleigh all the way up to that scene. What happened? Well, it was a crash that had a load shift. And they've got tow trucks out there and cranes trying to straighten everything out, take them off, try to move them onto another truck, the whole shebang. So that's what's going on there. You can get off earlier and head west to Lily Road, take that north, turns into Pilgrim Road, get back onto the freeway that way. Southbound, everybody has to slow down to take a look because, hey, that's different. We got backups from just before Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. Southbound 43, your usual backups from just south of Hampton down towards Locust. Westbound 94, heavy through the stadium to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's backed up from 70th to 35th. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Summer is the time to enjoy the outside. Enjoy the deck, the patio, the fire pit, the shade, the screen room, the in-ground pool. Enjoy all of it in your own backyard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's top TimberTech decking installer and can deliver a design and build your next maintenance-free deck with a custom screen room and automated pergola. Stop by our Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha or visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Pat Dunphy from the law firm of Cannon and Dunphy.
Cannon and Dunphy is more than just a team of lawyers. We're people who support our communities. We coach the Little League. We support nonprofits like the Hunger Task Force, the Legal Aid Society of Milwaukee, and the Guest House of Milwaukee, an organization dedicated to solving root causes of homelessness. Bottom line is, Cannon and Dunphy lawyers are working to make our communities better places to live, work, and play for everyone.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. Admitted, you're the one person that's been happy about this dry streak we've had without the rain because you know your roof is in dire shape. You know that it's not in a good place. You know that it's time to get it fixed, and you just keep putting it off because you don't even know where to start. Well, I got it for you. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. You can go on the website right now and sign up for a worry-free roof tune-up, or you can even get an instant roof quote and at least get your foot rolling in the right direction when it comes to starting that project. Tri-County Contracting can do it for you. They've been doing it for 47 years, and they can help you too. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's roofing that'll make you love your home again. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga for Car Edge. The stress of car buying is finally a thing of the past. Car Edge negotiates with local dealerships for you, keeping your personal info private. With an average of 20 plus years of dealership experience, Car Edge experts know every trick in the book, saving you time and money. No sales calls, no wasted hours playing games at a dealership, just the best deal on the car you want. WTMJ fans get 20% off. Call 414-667-7413 or visit caredge.com/WTMJ for a free no obligation consultation today.
Are you hosting an event, launching something new, wanting to get the word out about your part of the state? Be a featured guest on the WTMJ Experience Wisconsin show. Share your story, promote your event or business, and connect with fans all across the state. I'm John Merkier. I'd love to interview you. We reach listeners from Milwaukee to Madison, Green Bay to La Crosse, everywhere in between. It's Experience Wisconsin. Ready to shine a spotlight on your business or company? Email me, john@WTMJ.com for more information. john@WTMJ.com.
Traffic is sponsored by the Wisconsin Assisted Living Association, supporting communities and residents through advocacy, education, and service. Where you live matters. Get the answers you and your family need about assisted living in Wisconsin. Start with clear, trusted guidance by visiting whereyouLiveMatters.org today.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
8:57 on Wisconsin's Morning News. As 41 northbound remains closed near Appleton Avenue, Silver Spring Drive. We will keep an eye on that through the morning. Debbie's going to stick around just past 9 o'clock to see when we can get that thing reopened. The issue through there is it's a construction zone and there is no shoulder. So any of the work that they're doing to try to reestablish the load on this flatbed semi that was carrying, I don't know, I don't want to say pallets, but there were multiple layers of some sort of material.
That looks heavy, right?
Yeah. There's no room for them to work because there's no shoulder there. It's 2 lanes, and that's that, and you're right up against the wall. If you've driven through there, now it's like driving through a tunnel. So they continue to work on that. They seem to be making some sort of progress, but that is not...
It's not helping anyone on the roads.
Does not appear the opening is imminent at this point. As for our forecast, that is gorgeous for the next couple of days. We don't bring in a chance of rain or thunderstorms until Friday, although that is looking increasingly likely. Not to be a washout, but that we will get some rounds of storms Friday and maybe even Saturday morning. And then Sunday's looking better right now in the forecast. Originally had some rain in there, but today, from Brendan Johnson over at TMJ4, mostly sunny and a high of 83 on Sunday. Milwaukee now up to 69 degrees, and we've got top of the hour news coming your way next.
It was just
one unforgettable night.
One of those things.
An evening with Harry Connick Jr.
Just one of those crazy flames.
Performing songs from across his remarkable career. Harry Connick Jr. July 13th, the Riverside Theater.
I just whispered your name.
Tickets are on sale now at PabstTheaterGroup.com.
Hey, John Merkier here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, and they offer early memory loss classes to help you. They specialize in this area. It's kindness at the core, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. It's compassion, it's empathy. It's Wisconsin-based and family-owned, always welcoming people to come tour and welcome their new residents. I've seen their places. They're top-notch. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me.
She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me. Not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem. And I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who'll tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Transform your home today. Exterior Pros. Trust the pros.
Let me tell you the story of Jack the Giant Slayer.
1-2 pitch, and he lines one into right, coming in is Churio, diving, did he make the catch? He sure did! Jackson Churio!
The Brewers clash with the Giants tonight at American Family Field. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts at 6:05. This series is sponsored by the Hot House Tavern, Left's Lucky Town, and Revere's Wells Street Tavern. We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 9:01, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News, Wednesday, June 3rd. Still dealing with this WTMJ time saver traffic alert. Debbie.
Northbound 41 is still closed at Silver Spring. You'll be diverted off the freeway there. Big delays coming up from Burleigh up to about Silver Springs. Matter of fact, Silver Springs on-ramp is closed as well. You can't get onto northbound. You're going to need to get off the freeway and head west. I was making a boo-boo. Lily does not turn into Pilgrim Road. You can head west to Pilgrim Road and use that to get onto the freeway. Southbound, everybody's slowing down to take a peekaboo, so we got delays from just before Appleton Avenue down past Hampton. More delays then south of Capitol Drive to Burleigh. Eastbound 94, just watch out for delays from before Hawley Road to 35th Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, a high of 77 lakeside, 81 inland with sunny skies, clear and comfortable conditions overnight, low down to 57. Milwaukee at 69, and from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, happening today, just an hour from now, federal courtroom in Milwaukee will again focus on the case of former Judge Hannah Dugan. U.S. District Judge Lynn Edelman set to hear oral arguments instead of moving to sentencing, which was originally scheduled to be today. This comes after Judge Edelman rejected Dugan's request for a new trial or acquittal back in April. Her legal team is fighting to have the verdict overturned. A jury convicted Dugan last year of felony obstruction after she helped a person who was in the country illegally evade federal immigration agents inside the Milwaukee County Courthouse. She faces a maximum penalty of 5 years prison.
The fragile ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran is being tested as both sides exchange attacks.
CENTCOM did say overnight Iran fired multiple missiles in retaliation for an attack on the Strait of Hormuz, and at least one of those hit the international airport in Kuwait. And the spokesman for Kuwait's Ministry of Defense does say that in that missile attack, at least one person was killed, a number of people were wounded. The airport was damaged, but it's now, we're hearing, partially reopened after it shut down entirely earlier this morning.
News Nation's Hannah Brandt. Yeah, the Kuwait Airport's international terminal reopened earlier this week after it had been damaged back in February.
Reaction to President Trump's new choice for Director of National Intelligence following Tulsi Gabbard's exit.
President Trump now tapping Bill Pulte to be acting director of national intelligence. Pulte currently leads the Federal Housing Finance Agency and has no known background in national security or defense, but now he's set to oversee 18 intelligence agencies. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle questioning the pick.
ABC's Karen Hua reporting the job of Director of National Security was created after 9/11.
Milwaukee is bringing in outside attorneys as federal investigators continue reviewing aspects of Wisconsin's election from 2020.
The Common Council approved legal representation for the Milwaukee Election Commission after the FBI began contacting election officials in the area and Milwaukee police officers. Federal authorities have not commented on the investigation. City leaders say they plan to cooperate with any requests from the FBI, but they continue to stand stand by the result of Wisconsin's 2020 election. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Trial scheduled for animal rights activists who were involved in freeing beagles from Ridgeland Farms in Dane County.
Adita Aswani, Wayne Shung, Michelle Lunsky, and Dean Wierzakowski are each facing 4 felonies and up to 31 years in prison for allegedly taking 22 dogs from the controversial Dane County Research Facility. Tuesday, the court also changed their bail conditions, including lifting a no-contact order that prohibited them from communicating with one another and another that prevented them from traveling to Dane County. The trial is set to begin on September 28th and last through October 9th. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
Is it possible they could try again? A Republican lawmaker in Madison pushing for another round of talks after a tax relief bill failed to pass earlier this year. Assembly Speaker Robin Voss on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
Again, with this new poll showing that the public is overwhelmingly supportive of the plan, I think we need to show the people of Wisconsin that we can get stuff done, do it in a bipartisan way, and make them all proud that we live in a state that can get things over the finish line.
A bill proposed by Governor Evers and Republican leaders would have included rebate checks and more funding for schools and taxes on, or eliminating taxes on overtime and tips, but that failed in the state Senate last month. The Assembly Speaker there citing a Marquette University Law School poll that indicated that the majority of Wisconsinites were in favor of that bill. Still, at this point, it would appear that it will not move forward again.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. We're 36 minutes off the opening bell, and the Dow Jones Industrial is down 300 points to 51,007. The S&P 500 at 75.80, that's off 29, and the NASDAQ down as well, 125 points to 26,968. Financial planning at every level, Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:06.
Oh, boy, it's getting so expensive to dine out, but not at the Mine Shaft restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Mine Shaft is family-owned, understands inflation hurts. Every Monday when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza absolutely free. Any size, any quantity. You buy one, get one free. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 10 pizzas, get 10 free pizzas. Business owners, managers, bring in pizza for your hardworking employees and your key clients. They're going to love it because it's delicious pizza, and your second pizza's free, saving your company a ton of money. Bring your family in today for free pizza. Your kids will love that world-class game room. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and near EAA in Oshkosh, just off the interstate. Lots of seating, lots of close parking. No need to cook. Don't think about cleaning today. Mondays can be tough enough. Buy one pizza, get one free at the Mine Shaft. Plenty to take home for tomorrow. Desserts, and I love their desserts, are also buy one, get one free. Just walk in today for your free Monday pizza, mineshaft.restaurant.com.
Penny Mustard has the most unique recliner options in our solar system.
Don't you mean universe?
Not universe, solar system.
You mean...
Aliens may also provide articulating headrests, extra lumbar support, built-in ports, long-lasting motors, hundreds of fabric and leather options.
You really think that aliens exist?
And they sell recliners?
Of course. Area 51 isn't storing UFOs. It's a giant alien furniture store.
Come see why Penny Mustard's recliners are out of this world.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Are you ready to answer the call of the wild? From the sweeping plains of the Serengeti to majestic Victoria Falls, our 2027 guided Fox Group vacations with African travel are ready to book. Witness the Great Migration, track the Big Five in South Africa, or explore the breathtaking landscapes of Tanzania. At Fox World Travel, we curate deeply meaningful journeys that connect you with the heart of Africa. Space for these bucket list safaris is limited and filling fast. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO to start your journey today.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. It'll be Game 3 tonight, Brewers and Giants. This is an evening game because they play an afternooner tomorrow as we have a 4-game series with the Giants. Kyle Harrison matching a season-high 12 strikeouts in the Brewers' 8-3 win Tuesday night. Manager Pat Murphy liked it.
He wants to be great, and he's worked through whatever he's had to work through, and I think that's a testament to him.
The NL Central leading Brewers now a season-high 16 games over 500. 6:40 is the first pitch tonight at American Family Field. Coverage beginning right after the 6 o'clock news here on WTMJ. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Golden Knights with a late goal to beat the Hurricanes 5-4. Tonight, Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The San Antonio Spurs hosting the New York Knicks.
With an update on our situation on 4145, Debbie Lazaga.
Northbound is closed right now. Just north of Appleton Avenue, we had a crash and a semi that lost part of its load or shifted it, whatever. Basically, it's in the construction zone on the side of the road. Well, they shifted everything over onto the southbound lanes. So they're sharing the north and southbound there. So that's why we don't have that much room, and they had to close off the freeway. There's cranes out there doing their thing, trying to work as best as they can with everything. But the roadway is still closed on the northbound side. Silver Spring on-ramp is closed because of this as well. Your best bet would be to exit early so that you can get away from the backups, head west over to about Pilgrim Road, and that'll rejoin the freeway that way. Otherwise, we're seeing delays just a little bit eastbound on 94 from Hawley Road to 35th Street. Little tight on southbound 43 south of Capitol, heading towards Burleigh. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Absolutely gorgeous today. Sunny, beautiful, a high of 81 inland, 77 at the lake. Tonight, clear and comfortable, a low of 57. Thursday, a little bit warmer, high of 88. Friday, it looks like we'll get some rain finally. Rain and storms likely Friday, a high of 85.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Eric Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
9/11 on Wednesday. We're continuing to keep an eye on that situation on 4145. That is unfortunate. It's already a tight spot. It's already congested on a normal day, and to have it shut down all morning long, that's been a rough one for some folks. So.
Do they need some help? I mean,
it does seem
more people out there to help lift some stuff. Like, let's go.
I mean, they've had cranes out there. They're dealing with it.
Let's go. It's been 3 hours.
It's more than just a boat shifting on a trailer.
Right.
Is what
Let's go.
To put it in our terms,
I know,
it's more than a mattress on top of the car.
Somebody needed to adjust those ratchet straps.
Yeah.
Bungee.
Keeping
that
an
ain't
eye
going
on.
nowhere. That's good.
Veterans Park. You know this area, right? And the Veterans Park Lagoon. The lagoon, which is actually bigger than you realize, I think, if you haven't been down there in a bit. Walk around that. It takes you a minute. That's in the news this week. Milwaukee County and the DNR conducting a feasibility study of the Veterans Park Lagoon. What does that mean? What are you looking to do to identify viable alternatives for improving the water quality in the area there, the ecological health of the park, if you will? So there's going to be, we'll ask her what it means, but there's going to be a meeting on this tomorrow night. Sarah Toomson joins us, the Director of Planning at Milwaukee County, in studio. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. We'll ask you about the tomorrow night event in a minute, but first, what exactly is being studied, or what's being considered, or what should be considered with this spot, with the lagoon there?
Yeah, thanks for asking and the opportunity to talk about it. So Veterans Lagoon is sometimes also referred to as Juneau Lagoon just because of its history. It's been there nearly 100 years on Milwaukee's lakefront. It's 14 acres in size, so it is large, and it has water quality that is degraded. You might have seen the swan boats that people can rent and enjoy, but those really limit you from interacting with the water. You can't touch the water. We consider the water body to be hypereutrophic, which really just means that it has too many nutrients in it. It creates toxic algae blooms. It has turbid or murky water, and carp live within it. So it's a water body that could use some work to improve its health. And that means not only the water in it, but the habitat around it. And of course, we're the Parks Department, so we want to think about recreational uses that could happen there.
Yeah.
Well, I certainly give you credit. I complain all the time, Eric, and I do about whenever we want to do something, we establish a blue ribbon commission, and then we study, and then we do the thing, and then we study. Feels like oftentimes that's a crutch for people who don't actually want to do anything. However, in the case of Milwaukee County Parks, I appreciate this. This land belongs to everyone. It's it's utilized, and it's a public space that we all enjoy. So you want people to weigh in on what do you want to see here?
That's exactly right. I mean, this is a public park, and it will always remain a public park. This is filled lake bed, so it's part of the public trust doctrine. That means it's owned by everyone. And as we look at alternatives to improve water quality, some of those will take up space or change the lagoon. Some ideas would include converting a portion of it to a wetland complex, which would really look different. You wouldn't see as much open water. Or if we built anything like a green infrastructure element, a rain garden or something, to the east of the lagoon, that's where we hold large events in Veterans Park. Veterans Park is 92 acres, but as you take these spaces up, and we're going to have to move a path perhaps, we want to talk with people and understand how they enjoy using both the lagoon and the park so that we factor that into any future design.
Trying to think of what options would be out there for like interacting with the water, like i.e. swimming. I mean, you mentioned the boats and that type of thing. Is there a real possibility to actually get in that lagoon? Would that be actually a doable option?
I think that's something that I'm interested in studying. Something that has a little bit more interaction, like paddle boarding, is becoming a really popular sport. Even more fishing. The fishing quality is really low over there, so people would go somewhere else if you were looking to spend your afternoon fishing. By including things like water quality and habitat improvements, there are also other things we call passive recreation, where you're just walking around the lagoon, or bird watching is incredibly popular. As we improve the habitat in the water, those opportunities would also increase.
Sarah Tombson is with us. She's Director of Planning for Milwaukee County Parks. So I took your survey, Sarah, and there's a survey out, and we can get into how people can find it. But I went through there. And the other thing that's helpful in the survey, if you go online and take it, is there are some pictures or renderings of the possibilities.
Actually, some pretty cool stuff.
Right, yeah. Do you like this, or do you like that? Or could it look like this, or could it look like that? So one thing that you'll probably be able to pick my survey out. But I am anxious for more things to do on the lakefront for two reasons. Number one, more ability to interact and to do stuff, more attractions as opposed to simply running or rollerblading or
flying a kite.
Yes. So I want more stuff to do. And I also want to create more public-private partnerships where there's an opportunity perhaps for the county to make revenue. Do you see a restaurant, or even if it's not a big restaurant, just some sort of maybe a coffee house or something? Maybe we put a deck out into the lagoon or something like that. You see what I'm looking for there?
Sure. And we do have a vendor there right now who is the one that rents those swan boats and the bicycles. So I absolutely hear what you're saying.
No, I want it fixed. I want brick and mortar. I want a place that's a place, not a shack.
Sure, you bet. Well,
that's what I want.
Again, the public trust doctrine really guides us in how we keep this public parkland. So the lake bed wasn't filled to make a profit for somebody else. However, a third-party arrangement that can help the park system, like we have, across the system, honestly, is something that we would be open to. And those vendor opportunities that relate to a healthy lagoon, absolutely. And I think Veterans Lagoon is a place that people, just by walking around it, you can spend your whole afternoon there, and you want things to do. And obviously there's Collectivo and other things down there, but perhaps there's new opportunities with a new project.
Yeah, I mean, the idea, it's going to sound cliche to say, but like beer garden. It sounds, but
we've only recently discovered what was a time-honored tradition of maybe folks would like to have a beer in the park, and that how, to your point, Sarah, directly benefits Milwaukee County Parks. It's a revenue generator. It brings people in. I know we hear oftentimes from opponents to things like that. Well, you're limiting access to the park. Now you're making me pay to use the park. And I think it's the opposite. You're opening access. You're bringing more people down there. And because there's a financial component, you're putting the parks in a better position to maintain what we already have.
I don't know if you can tell, Vince is a parks guy.
I can tell.
And you either love guys like me or you don't. I hope I'm on the right side of things over there.
Absolutely.
But I want it to be great.
It's everyone's park, right? And so people want different things out of their park. And that is part of why we're having this meeting, is so we can hear all those different opportunities and things that people want to see. And we can target our project to meet some of those.
So this is tomorrow night, and there's an opportunity for what if someone were to go? And where is it at again?
It's at the Milwaukee Sailing Center. So if you go down Lincoln Memorial Drive, you'll take a right on Lagoon, and you head straight down past the Kite Shack, and it is the sailing center that's closest to Lake Michigan. From 5:30 to 7, we're having an open house where you can see some of these photo opportunities, think of ideas, help us vision what you want the future of Veterans Park Lagoon to be. We also have a project website. If you're not able to join us, there's opportunity to share your thoughts online.
And that if you like Google Milwaukee County Parks Lagoon, it
Right.
should come up.
MKECountyParks.org has project pages for everything we're working on right now. Please go there and check it out.
It is. I mean, if you think about it, like what is a better magnet than water? I mean, it really is like
Yes.
the perfect. So it's almost like an open palette. Like I would assume that like you've probably seen already or have heard of ideas that like have been done elsewhere that, wow, this would be pretty remarkable.
Absolutely. And we're going to look at those other communities and see what might work best for Milwaukee. We're also looking at local stakeholders. Obviously, we're Milwaukee County, but the city of Milwaukee will have a place in our project. Riverkeeper we'd like to hear from, and others who are interested in water quality and the parks.
Awesome. Anything else you would like to add?
No,
I mean, you have the floor.
I'm waiting for a direct response to my survey. Mr. Vetrano, thank you. We received your survey. Right. Can you tell Guy we want the water jugs back at the golf courses?
I'll work on
Again. All right. All the guys in Oakwood are going to be happy I asked.
Sarah Tombson from Milwaukee County Parks, Director of Planning. Thank you so much. We
Thank you.
appreciate you. 9:20.
Checking in with Debbie here again on this ongoing situation, 41 northbound.
Yeah, it's still closed. 41 is right at Silver Spring. The accident itself happened closer to Appleton Avenue. It's a semi that had its load kind of shifted. So it's not in the best spot in the world. So your best bet would be to exit off earlier than Silver Spring and head west to about Pilgrim Road. Take that north up to the freeway. You can get back onto the freeway that way. We do still have delays from Burleigh up past Capitol Drive with this. East and westbound 94 still a bit tight through the stadium. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for J.D. Griffiths. You know the story. A couple of years ago, my wife and I got new garage doors from J.D. Griffiths, and we could not be happier with how it looks, how it sounds. You have no idea until you get one how much better a brand new garage door makes everything. The quality of the look and how it feels inside the garage. And here's the best part. Everyone still talks about the brand new garage doors that pop, that aren't even new. We've had them for more than 3 years now from J.D. Griffiths. Here's the website, jdgriffiths.com/WTMJ. Go there now, learn more, and schedule your free consultation. Again, jdgriffiths.com/WTMJ.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
9:23 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Was this, and thanks to Sarah for coming in and talking about all that stuff. I am passionate about the parks. I'm a parks user. I'm a revenue generator for our park system because, again,
yes, we are aware. You golf.
Pay my fair share for golf. We make money for the county, and then they use that to fortify and sustain other people's hobbies that don't make money, which is fine. I accept it. But no, they're doing good work, and they are right to, as critical as I am often of how extensively we plan and blue ribbon commission everything. They need to do that. Appreciate their input on this. And like I said, I filled out the survey. You can fill out your own.
For future of the lagoon.
Was this not? So do folks know would be directly north of the Art Museum, the War Memorial?
Yeah.
And you're on Lincoln Memorial Drive, and then if you're headed north on Lincoln Memorial, it's out your right-hand side.
Mm-hmm. The lagoon.
So this is the lagoon.
It's big, yeah.
It's not the lake. You almost drive by, you're like, oh, no, that's not the lake.
And sometimes you don't even know it's there. If you're walking, I mean, it's not always like just boom, right there, water.
This is the body of water, is it not? You're not, I don't know. I tread lightly.
We're doing this now.
Is it not? Is it not the body of water were you dating? or were you married already?
Aren't we supposed to go live to the
were
courthouse?
Were you dating or were you married already? That's at 9:35.
This is when we were dating.
So Eric is dating his now wife.
Yes.
Angie.
Yeah.
Did you or did you? Is this not the body of water?
I cannot believe we're spending time on this.
Where you openly questioned what would happen if you threw her in the lagoon?
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
This is actually still debated in our house.
Well,
my kids have even weighed in on this.
You told your kids.
No, so we would often, when we lived downtown, we would often take long walks down at Veterans Park and go by the lagoon. It was great, and we'd have great conversations. You know how that goes in that. When in the young part of your
we're discovering each other still.
Yes, and exciting. You talk about different things and all that, and we got into this debate about whether or not, and this is before I just learned from Sarah that like you shouldn't touch the water. Okay, so this is 20 plus years ago, different world. We got into the debate about whether or not she would leave me if I pushed her in as a joke into the lagoon. And I was offended because she said it would be over.
That's a deal breaker.
Everything that we had already built and everything that we were going to create, we had our whole world ahead of us. How amazing our lives were going to be together. And she said, "No, if you pushed me into the lagoon at Veterans Park there, we would not speak again, and it would be over." And she still stands by it today. And they're like,
even knowing now all that she has gotten from
we've got this
fantastic
wonderful. I feel like we've had a great life together. We got 3 wonderful children. We both are doing well and we're very blessed. She said no. Had she touched the water because of me, had I pushed her in or teased her and said, "Oh," and even a foot had gone in, she said, "Nope, done." That would have ended our relationship. And that's always kind of bothered me. And you're saying that
I
was
don't know,
going
man.
to
throw you in the lagoon.
It's not a throw in. It's
that's what
it was a push.
The platform you're going to stand. It wasn't a throw. It was a push. I wasn't going to toss you in. I didn't pick you up and throw you. It was just a push. It was a tap.
It was the idea that one action could end everything, and it was that action.
That's why you brought it up in that bizarre moment. What caused your brain to think, let's throw this out there?
Let's just see. I don't know. Like, you know how that goes. Long talks, and you talk about all kinds of things. You ask all kinds of questions. Would you ever, that kind of stuff.
Is that like when
this was the conversation when we were 23 years old.
At night on the 2-lane road, and there's traffic coming towards you, and you're like, if I lost control here, I would, if I just went over the line, I would be, you have those dark thoughts sometimes of, geez, if
this was my dark thought.
There's not a margin of error here. If I somehow lost control or I got distracted, I could find myself in a. Is this the same thing?
This was my dark thought.
I wonder if I just threw the love of my life in the lagoon, whether or not
and teased you.
That might ruin everything.
I'm
just trying to wonder.
You look at me like I'm crazy.
Yes, that's crazy.
Well, I didn't push her in.
I'm a jackass in relationships at every level. I don't know that I've ever risen to
I didn't push her in.
All right.
We're happily married. Her point is that even now, had I done it, she wouldn't even have taken the last 25 years.
What's Angie's maiden name?
Vancaster.
So this was almost Vancaster Lagoon instead of Veterans
What
Lagoon.
does that
They would have named it after.
I would have helped her out. Wasn't like I was going to leave her there.
All right. Well, fill out your survey for the future of Vancaster Lagoon on the lakefront. 9:28 on Wisconsin's.
Got me in trouble again.
Morning news, bottom of the hour update from ABC is next.
That is terrible.
Welcome to our Everyday Health feature sponsored by the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. Stroke is the number 4 cause of death and a leading cause of disability in the United States. It's estimated 80% of strokes are preventable. Here to tell us more is Dr. Adam Wadena, a neurologist with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. Dr. Wadena, thank you so much for being with us. What is a stroke?
So a stroke happens when the brain itself is being starved for oxygen. There are 2 different types of stroke. One of them is called an ischemic stroke, where you have a blood clot or a blockage of some kind, and the other type is a hemorrhagic stroke, where the blood vessels will burst open and you will bleed into the brain itself. And depending on where those things happen, it will change the way that a stroke looks from person to person.
Dr. Wadino, what can individuals do to reduce their risk of a stroke?
The number one controllable risk factor for stroke is high blood pressure. It's really important to make sure that you keep that in a good, healthy, normal range. Other factors at play include high cholesterol, high blood sugar, substance use, but particularly guilty in this category is tobacco, smoke, cigarettes, vaping as well. Things we can do in our day-to-day to reduce our risk of stroke is making sure that we're maintaining a healthy weight, keeping up with our exercise routines, and keeping a healthy diet as well.
What role does rehabilitation play after a stroke?
Rehabilitation after a stroke is extremely important. Our bodies are looking to use those muscles and nerves again as soon as possible. So we start that the moment that you're here.
Can you please tell us about the treatment options your team offers?
The treatment options that are available are going to depend on the type of stroke that someone is experiencing. For example, if it's the ischemic stroke and there's a blood clot somewhere, we might be able to use a clot-busting medicine to help break that blood clot down, or perhaps even do a procedure where we can go in and remove that blood clot from the blood vessel itself. If it's a bleeding type stroke, we may need to go after surgery so we can remove the blood from the brain.
To find a doctor who's right for you, visit freighter.com/stroke.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment.
Over here.
And to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder. Here's to supper club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
Hey, WDTMJ's Eric Vilstead here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Yowza.
I'm going to release the Kraken.
Tell Mr. Speaker, I wish rainwater was beer.
All right, maybe we do some bits.
That's how we roll.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Ballots are being counted in some of the biggest races from Tuesday's primary in California, but it may be a while before we know who won.
It's not a surprise at all. There are few firm answers here today. California is one of 8 states that mails every registered voter a ballot, and ballots now have a week to get back. Counties have 13 days to count all of the ballots and a month to certify the vote, so close races are never immediate here in California. But with numbers coming in now, it's becoming clear who will, who might, or who will not be in November's election.
ABC's Alex Stone. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is projected to move on to a runoff, but we don't know who her opponent might be. So far, no projections in the California governor's race where dozens of people were running. Kuwait says an Iranian attack on its main airport left one person dead and significant damage. The airport is now partially reopened. More than 60 people were hurt, many of them severely. This is ABC News.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. We're an hour off the opening bell, and the markets are still down, the major indices. Let me get you the numbers. The Dow is down 343 points to 50,964. S&P 500 is off 26 to 7583. And the NASDAQ right now at 26,991 is down just over 100 points. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
WTMJ Time Saver Traffic Alert. Still got this issue on 4145 in the construction there. We have a truck that they're still trying to shift the payload on. They got a couple of cranes there. They do have an extra truck on hand as they try to readjust that. That's been going on since before 6A. And it's still shut down, so you're getting diverted off there ahead of there. So if you can, avoid 4145 still at this hour there northbound, north of Capitol Drive.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. 81 degrees your high temperature today. Just a few degrees cooler if you're lakeside under sunny skies. Low of 57 tonight. Thursday, humidity and warmer temperatures. Partly cloudy and a high of 88. Friday, our first chance for rain and storms. Mostly cloudy, rain and storms likely on Friday, high 85. Saturday, chance in the morning of a rain or a storm. And then skies turn partly cloudy with a high of 81. And Sunday right now looking good. Mostly sunny, high 73 Lakeside, 83 inland. Milwaukee right now at 69.
Save on the best quality furniture and mattresses during the Memorial Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. With major discounts from our premier suppliers, you will save big bucks on top brands like Bradington Young, made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Bradington Young is known for its fine quality leather upholstery. Fjords brings you modern Scandinavian designed recliners and sofas, ergonomically engineered for more hip and back support. Norwalk, with American roots that go back over 100 years, specializes in making furniture just for you. Choose the piece, style, fabric, or leather you want, and in just 35 days, we'll deliver your new sofa, chair, or sectional. In stock or special orders are all sale priced. Need a little help putting it all together? At Ken Michaels Furniture, our design staff is ready to help you with your purchases. And it's free. Stop in today and save during our Memorial Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture on Capitol Drive in Brookfield, Highway 100 in Greenfield, or our downtown Mattress Factory showroom.
So I was talking with another real estate agent who has been in the business even longer than I have, with a couple of other big-name companies. He was talking about how it's tough to compete with us because we have good agents and we charge less commission. And he even said that he lost a few listings to us, and it always bothered him because he realized that he was doing everything that we were doing, but he was charging more. We do charge less, and we do everything that a full-service agency does, because we are full-service real estate agents. The only difference is we give you our very best commission rate up front. You do pay for what you get. And with Century 21 Benefit Realty for 1.9% on the listing side of your home, with a cap of $19,000 commission on any size home, you can get full-service experienced agents, MLS marketing, professional photos, even virtual walkthroughs, and everything you get from any other big-name agent, all under the umbrella of the Century 21 brand. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Truer words were never spoken.
I would just say the case is a long way from over.
And won't be over even after today's proceedings, set to begin in about 24 minutes. Juries found former Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan guilty late last year of felony obstruction. She helped a man who was in the country illegally, also charged with a violent crime, appearing in her courtroom, helped that man evade arrest by ICE agents at the Milwaukee County Courthouse. She was convicted, but her legal team is asking the judge, after multiple similar requests, to set aside that verdict at the at the federal courthouse in downtown Milwaukee right now. WTMJ's Elizabeth Linton. And court starts in about 20 minutes, Elizabeth?
Yeah, about 20 minutes is when court starts right at 10 a.m. Dugan was supposed to be sentenced today, but that has been adjourned. Instead, the court will hear an oral argument that I believe will be arguing for a new trial or dismissal for the charges against Hannah Dugan.
As I mentioned, this has been going on for months. Even prior to trial, Judge Dugan's legal team tried to get the judge in this case, Lynn Edelman, to toss it out before it went to trial. It went to trial. She was found guilty. They've tried multiple times since to get the verdict tossed out. So what's different this time around?
What I think is interesting is that she was found guilty of the felony obstruction charge, but acquitted on the misdemeanor concealment charge. So her defense team's argument is sort of centered around the fact that it's difficult to have convicted her on one, but have found her innocent of another. And I think that the split verdict is a part of their argument for a dismissal or a retrial, saying that there's some legal technicalities that make that not make sense. I'm not entirely positive why Judge Lynn Edelman changed his mind. As you know, they filed several motions to have this trial dismissed or have these charges thrown out. And every time he has not considered that. So it is interesting to see a change at this point in the game on the day that was supposed to be the day of sentencing. So it will be really interesting to see. I honestly do not know what to expect. It will be very interesting to see how this goes down.
Elizabeth, is this getting a lot of the attention that we've seen at previous hearings? As far as media and all the other folks?
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing all your major media outlets here so far. I've said good morning to a lot of people. It is open to the public, so I'm expecting some public turnout. Haven't seen too many of those yet, but it's still kind of early. We still have 20 minutes to go here, so I imagine that the courtroom will fill out, and then there's an overflow room as well. So,
well, we will let you get in place. WTMJ's Elizabeth Linton in live for us at the federal courthouse downtown, and again. Elizabeth and none of the media outlets are allowed to have cameras or recording devices inside court, so you won't hear what happens inside there. So we'll look forward to hearing the reports from Elizabeth through the day as to what goes down there. Judge Edelman does not have to, and I would suggest is not likely to issue an immediate decision today on the hearing before him. Usually we'll take that under advisement and then issue a decision at some time later. He could just say, all right, I didn't hear enough here, and I won't grant the motion here on the part of the defense, and therefore I will set a new sentencing date, which you would imagine would be a different date than today. I don't think both sides are prepared to move to sentencing today, which was originally scheduled. But we will see. All of that will play out in front of us, 9:39 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Vince Vitrano for LAK Group. Finding the right talent today is not only tough, it is critical. The world's being shaped by rapid change. You got AI, evolving skills needed in the workplace. You got to have folks who are ready to adapt and to lead. And that's where LAK Group comes in and helps your organization do that. They are the experts in recruiting across the organization, finding top candidates, assessing skills, whether or not those candidates are a culture fit for what you do, and their ability to thrive in the workplace of tomorrow. At LAK Group, they don't just fill positions. They help you build high-performing teams that are engaged, that are future-ready, and equipped to navigate what's next. LAK Group is your partner in building what's next. Let's find your next star at LAK Group. That's www.lakgroup.com.
There's an amazing supper club in Wisconsin Dells, Ish Nala. Nestled among the pines and perched above the sandstone bluffs of Mirror Lake. The beauty, the history, the service, the food, the fun. Hi, this is Bob Prosser, owner of Ishnala Supper Club in Wisconsin Dells. I've been a part of Ishnala since 1973, and I am so proud to continue the tradition that began in 1953. Why not enjoy a brandy old-fashioned in one of our bars, each with a spectacular view overlooking Mirror Lake? Or just relax before or after dinner on one of our outdoor decks. Our Ishnala chefs have prepared your favorites: 24-ounce ribeye, cold water lobster tails, North Atlantic salmon, and of course, Ishnala's roast duck. Thank you for making Ishnala Wisconsin's favorite supper club, where the only thing we overlook is Mirror Lake. I'm Bob Prosser, and I want to serve you.
WTMJ Time Saver traffic alert again. 4145 northbound remains shut down as they continue to deal with the payload on this truck. This has been a long process. It's been very frustrating for a lot of folks crawling and not moving on northbound 4145. We are putting calls out to see if we can get more details as to how much longer this will take. We know it's been several hours now as they deal with this situation, but you will be diverted off 4145 northbound. This is right around Silver Spring, but obviously traffic being diverted off Capitol Drive and north of that as well in that stretch. So Appleton Avenue in that region, you're not going to be heading north much more than that.
You get back on at Capitol?
If
Is
you
that
can,
where you're getting back on?
No.
It's past that even?
If you can avoid northbound, avoid northbound. It does not appear anyway that this is close to being resolved, but as soon as we get any movement or any information, we will, of course, break that to you.
"17 minutes before 10 o'clock on Wisconsin's Morning News. Running back Josh Jacobs back at practice in Green Bay.
Happening today.
Packers this week completing their second session of OTAs, organized team activities. These are, if you don't follow football, one of those things where you're not contractually obligated to be there, but probably you should be there. The expectation is, unless